everybody, and welcome to Breakfast with Roger and Friends on this first day of June. What happened to May? Breakfast with Roger and Friends, and that includes Teri Chamberlain. Good morning, Teri.
Good morning.
And John Meisinger. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Roger. May left the room.
And and good morning to, he's not here.
Oh,
Terry
you know,
bailed
I
out.
come in and he decides,
Yeah.
well, I guess I don't need to be here anymore.
Yeah, I think he took that out. Actually, I think, probably, but you said you saw the wife at
Not
church
this week,
Sunday.
a couple
little
weeks
while
ago, yeah.
I think he's in Niceville. I can't believe when he first told me that he and his wife had bought a house in Niceville. I thought he was pulling my leg. There is a town, a city, I guess, a village. I don't know. How large is Niceville? You have any
A little
idea?
bigger than Whoville.
Yeah, Hooterville or whatever. At any rate, they bought a house to rehab it, and I don't know whether he's going to live there permanently or he's going to use it as a winter retreat, or maybe just a retreat.
Could be.
But,
you know, he's told us that whole backstory. That's just an amazing story about everything that went on during the time they bought the house. And
they took care of the owner, who was an elderly lady, and took a personal interest in her because apparently her son was on the kooky side, and they really looked after the lady. But I'm not surprised. He and his wife are very nice, very pleasant
good
people. I don't like him anymore because he said he won't be here for a month, maybe 2 months. And we already setting up for our health plan. So
he's out.
So he's out. Yeah.
Yes.
So we have to drop the health plan, which was an apple a day. Keeps the doctor away. Did you ever take an apple to the teacher? You know, that used to be a big thing back in the 30s and the 40s.
No, I don't think I ever did.
You bring an apple. I never did. I had a couple of things that I wanted to bring to my high school teacher that didn't like me, but
wait, time out. Tell us the backstory on that. Why would your high school teacher not like you? There's not a...
Well, I don't know why.
Roger.
Why? Yeah.
And your dad, you say, your mom, Roger.
Yes.
Tell me the truth.
No, this was a teacher who taught. He had a bad leg, and he was a referee.
Well, no wonder
he used to limp up and down the floor, and how he got away with that, I don't know. But I took a class that I didn't want to take, but they said you have to take it if you want to go to college.
Really?
And it was plain geometry. And after 2 weeks, he said, we're going to have a test on chapters 1 and 2. So if you have any questions about anything, don't hesitate to ask. Remember, there's no such thing as a dumb question. Well, I found out there was. I raised my hand, and I said, I don't understand such and such in chapter 2. And he had a chair that he sat on that had rollers, and he rolled it across the floor to the other side of the classroom and called on the smartest kid in the class and said, tell Roger, of all the questions, tell Roger the answer. And, of course, the smartest kid in the class, who should have said, no, I'm not going to embarrass
I don't
Roger.
know the answer either.
Yeah.
Does anybody else here know the answer?
Wouldn't that have been great? I would have bought that guy a Ponderosa meal, because I think we were having that in Peoria, Ponderosa, and what was the other one? Bonanza.
Yeah.
I still think we were eating horse meat, but
it was good horse meat.
Yeah,
though.
but
a little bit of fat in the meat.
I finished a meal once and went, But at any rate, so tell me why that teacher did what he did. You're an educator.
I never did that. I didn't have a chair with wheels. So I just ran back and forth across the front.
On the other hand, I had some wonderful teachers, Kenny Wagner, who taught civics, and Earl Skaggs, who taught U.S. history. I had wonderful teachers at Woodruff Polytech.
Was Emo Harms there then?
Emo was my math teacher.
That's what we were just talking about.
No, that was plain geometry. There's a big difference. as you know so well. I could handle math. 2 plus 2 is 5. I knew that.
Oh, that's
I had
good.
the answer for that. And
you learned something.
And 8 and 8 or 16. I had all those good. Or was it 17?
Yeah, you figure that out. We'll get Teri to answer.
So
Just
Emo
say, I'm not
Harms,
gonna embarrass
Emo
Roger.
Harms was a wonderful gentleman, and he was also Southmore baseball coach. So I played Southmore baseball, and he had a hearing problem.
What?
Yeah, I can relate to it now.
Yes.
And it seemed to be that people, I don't know if it was everybody had a hearing problem, but he thought everybody else had a hearing problem.
So his voice was loud.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And I mean,
that part of it is his coaching experience. Your voice gets
yeah.
loud out on the field.
well, that's a good point.
And in the gym. My dad had a very loud voice, but it was all from working in the gym and out on the fields. And I said it was World War II, but I don't think he was yelling there. He was growling.
Huh?
So anyway, but
So that was my story about
Emo?
Emo.
He's a good man.
Neat guy, and
Yeah.
famous, of course, for the emos on War Drive and Prospect
That
Road.
place is always packed.
Yeah.
Oh my! And it's what I got to tell you, and as Tracy's told me many times, they're so close to the road. And
Oh, it
there's
is.
a lot of
Oh,
people there,
yeah.
and little kids,
And there are cars that fly through that intersection. I think they, when we had the police chief on, Brad Dixon, he said that one of his priorities is going to be to cut down on speeding. There should be a state law that says you cannot enter an intersection doing over 45 miles an hour, and maybe 35, because I see cars fly through the intersections, and I never do. I always slow down for an intersection. I never know when somebody's going to pull out in front
Oh,
of me.
you're right. I agree. You got to drive defensively.
But that is a busy intersection. Didn't they put up some
They have
steel
some barriers,
barrier
poles,
there?
but I don't know. That doesn't seem like that would
No.
help a whole lot if they're going fast enough.
But it is a great place.
Oh, yeah.
Have any idea what year that opened?
I don't know.
It was there my whole life, I think.
Yeah.
I think it was there when
So-
we were in high school.
So the
So, that goes
early
Early
60s?
1860s.
No,
Yeah.
not 18. The
Yeah,
early
yeah,
60s
yeah.
is what I said.
Yeah.
You can add the
Yeah.
18 if you want, but I was trying to give you a break,
I
Roger.
think I know you are. Well, it's been there a long time. Speaking of neat places, Carrier's soft ice cream place. I'm sure familiar with that in Morton. Used to be a Dairy Queen, and they used to serve food as well. It was one of my favorite stopping places over the lunch hour. Well, he apparently got tired of paying Dairy Queen the franchise fee, because if you have a breakdown, you had to buy the part, as I understand, from Dairy Queen. And if you needed this or needed that, you had to buy it. So he dropped it and developed his own ice cream custard formula or whatever. Well, the Dairy Queen company said, all right, we'll show you. We'll open one on the north side of I-74. And it's a popular place, but you know what? I don't know how many times I drove by. Carrier's Creamery, I think he calls it now. Neat guy, a wonderful guy. And it's packed just like it
Well,
normally is. So
honestly,
God bless them.
Just like Emo's, I think most people want to go to a
Hometown
hometown
business,
facility, right?
No, I think you're exactly right. And he years ago dropped the serving of the food, because part of it is help. And, it's amazing how many people you hear who own restaurants and business in general, and they can't get the help.
Correct. Yeah. Well, that's the biggest problem with every restaurant right now. And I think it's getting better, but it was terrible.
I
for a
wonder if
while.
that was the cause or the reason Red Robin closed, or was it more economic lack of customers?
Yeah. Can you imagine how much the rent would be over there like that?
Yeah, in the levy district.
In the levy
yeah.
district. I mean, the more popular it gets, the higher the rent goes
Yeah.
up.
Well, let's do what we do every morning to bring you the most comprehensive news in Peoria radio, and let's do it. we start with a check of the weather brought to you by Bob Manning. Bob is Senior Vice President Financial Advisor with the Grandview Capital Group at Morgan Stanley. For all your investment needs, check him out. Bob Manning at 309-671-4653. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC, member SIPC. Well, it is a beautiful June 1st Monday morning, and the whole day is going to be delightful. Mostly sunny today with a high of 84. Clear tonight, low 57. Tomorrow sunny, 82. Wednesday sunny, 84. We're going to get up to a warm 88 on Thursday. It'll be 87 on Friday. Look for showers Friday night. Also on Saturday and Sunday. We're going to get verification of that perhaps when we talk with our talented and accurate meteorologist live. Very live, Kyle Varnold, later this morning. Currently, our live weather temperature, 62 degrees. And now the news with our lead story, Terry.
Firefighters were busy over the weekend in Washington, dealing with, that's Washington, Illinois, I want to point out, dealing with two major fires. The most serious took place yesterday morning at an 8-unit apartment building near the intersection of School and Grant Streets. 3 people were injured and hospitalized. There are reports some of the residents were rescued by neighbors from second-story windows. The building was termed a complete loss.
The other Washington blaze happened Saturday night at the Chapters of Living. That's a retirement community on Newcastle Road. 40 residents were safely evacuated. Multiple fire departments assisted in putting down the flames. Officials said the blaze started outside the building and quickly spread to the 3-story structure. No injuries reported, no estimate on total damage. However, temporary housing for residents was necessary. Credit 18-year-old Logan McEnany for perhaps saving lives. The high school, recent graduate from Washington High School, ran into the building and alerted residents to the danger. Kudos to Logan. Good job, Logan.
Peoria firefighters were called yesterday morning to put out a garage fire in the 700 block of West Thrush. The fire did about $20,000 damage. Cause not yet determined.
Tazewell County Coroner Charles Hanley reports one person is dead after the collision of a motorcycle and a vehicle on Route 9 in Mackinac Township. It happened Saturday night around 6:30 p.m. No other details have been released. There will be an autopsy today.
There is no joy for fans of stock racing in Peoria. The owner of the Peoria Speedway on Farmington Road told racing fans Saturday night the track was closing. Brandon Dean has been the promoter of the Saturday night races for 13 years and is giving it up. The last racing event, Dirt Car Summer Nationals, is Thursday, June 11th. The Peoria Speedway dates back to the Mount Holly Speedway that was located in Pioneer Park. The track opened in 1948, first as a midget speedway, and then changed to stock cars.
And you know why? They ran out of midgets.
Roger.
Dun, dun, dun.
Let's keep this short.
Cars, midget cars.
Midget cars.
Yes.
Many of us remember such racing heroes as Les Snow and Herb Shannon, Don Bolander, and the Stroobs. Stroobs or Stroobays?
Stroobies.
Stroobies.
And plural would be Stroobies, right?
Yes, that's more than one Strooby.
Stroobies. Gone but not forgotten.
Yes. And many of us would like to see those left-wing rioters gone from Newark, New Jersey. The large crowd of rioters turned to violence not only against police and ICE agents, but also against the horses used by officers on patrol. Rioters have thrown bricks and 2x4s to try and injure the animals. Around 61 of the rioters have been arrested, including one person who bit the arm of an officer. Did you see the
I
video
saw
of that?
picture.
I mean, my goodness,
gosh.
what these are idiots. These are people who should be in mental institutions.
Get paid big money to do it.
Yeah, well, I think you're right. And another said he was going to kill an agent and his family. And you show what an idiot that guy is. He should be in a rubber room.
Well, they got him pretty quick.
In world news, President Trump is still reviewing options as efforts to achieve peace remain difficult. Conditions in this country and Iran's delaying tactics are obviously issues the president is considering. Many war hawks want Trump to resume the war until there's a regime change, while others want the Strait of Hormuz opened so prices will come down. The biggest demand is to eliminate Iran's ability to have a nuclear weapon.
And in a major development, the president of Iran has resigned, submitted his letter of resignation, saying he no longer had the ability to provide leadership to the embattled country. The bad news is more radicals have allegedly seized control, making it difficult to achieve a peace agreement. Those are some of the stories we are following this morning, and this portion of our program brought to you by Spoon River Home Health. Finding the right home care team can be a challenge, but not if you choose Spoon River Home Health. That's a company founded by registered nurses more than 30 years ago. If you or someone you know is in need of loving care in the home, the staff of Spoon River stands ready to meet that need, and their phone number is 309-245-0723. And if you're looking to get into the business of helping older people or others in need of home care, Spoon River is ready to help you get trained for it, and you can get more information about working there at 245-0723. Now we turn to the world of sports. And Meisinger stands ready to remind all his fellow Cardinal fans they took 2 out of 3 out of the Cub fans.
Well, thank you, Roger, for that great intro. Remind me after the
Yes.
sports, we'll talk a little bit about gas prices up north, because we went up north again this weekend, and
North through Alaska?
north to Chicago suburbs.
Do you remember that song and who sang it? North to Alaska. It was Johnny something. Horton, does that sound right?
I think it was Johnny Horton,
Yeah.
and it was
North
a
wasn't
to
movie.
Alaska.
Johnny Yuma.
No.
He was a rebel.
He was a rebel, yeah.
Yes, that's right. Well, I'll go ahead and
Yes, go ahead
sports
and give us some gas.
We're going to get a little heavy with the high school sports because it's the end of their
Oh, the
year.
season is,
so,
yeah.
and a lot of state events taking place this weekend. The Metamora Redbirds achieved a historic milestone on Saturday by delivering the most outstanding track and field performance in school's history. The team demonstrated exceptional skill, speed, and determination, culminating in their first ever state track and field championship. With a total of 46 points, Redbirds secured the IHSA Class 2A Boys State Track and Field Team Championship at O'Brien Field, located on the campus of Eastern Illinois University. Patrick Peterson experienced disappointment after narrowly missing a state title in the shot put competition on Saturday at Eastern. However, he channeled that frustration into performance in the discus event. The sophomore from Dunlap High School achieved a remarkable throw of 201 feet 5 inches over securing the IHSA 3A championship. He's a sophomore. He surpassed the runner-up by nearly 10 feet, marking his discus throw as the longest in Illinois this season and the 15th best in the nation.
Did you see it on television?
No, I've seen him
Looked like a
perform.
UFO.
It did, didn't
I
it?
mean, that kid threw that sucker. I can't believe how he did it.
And I'm surprised he
Huge.
got beat in the shot put, because I saw him throw the shot put and he threw it out of the area where the shot puts. They have a big area marked and they have a big piece of wood there to stop them. He right over it
No kidding.
like it was nothing. And so, but he's an up and coming star. So congratulations to him. Malik Johnson, a senior track and field star from Peoria High School, took off from the board, took flight, and secured his title as state champion in the triple jump on Saturday during the IHSA Boys Track and Field Finals with a jump of 48 feet, 4.5 inches. He surprised even himself in the longest triple jump Illinois this season and top 80 performances nationally. He'd never been that far before. Washington Junior Ben Gorsuch delivered a stunning title in the 3A 800. His 1:49.88 was the fastest time in Illinois this season and 17th fastest in the nation. Metamora's Wydion, I think it's Wydon. Okay, I got it. Wydon Cranford, I think it's probably John or something, but I messed it up. Anchored a 4x200 relay state title win for Metamora with the fastest time in the state this season. And Trey Brickner of Peoria Christian rumbled and tumbled to a 1A state title in the 300 hurdles. And finally, Morton rolled to the 4x4 100 title. Good weekend for local track teams. Morton High School advanced to the super sectional round of the IHSA girls soccer state playoffs, while Notre Dame and Dunlap concluded their seasons following a sectional title defeat on Friday. Morton triumphed over rival Dunlap in Class 2A, with Claire Sursna delivering an outstanding performance that included a hat trick. Meanwhile, Notre Dame's journey to the 3A playoffs came to an end, marking their sole loss of the season. You lose one game,
And you're out.
and you're out.
Yeah.
Now let's go to Major League Baseball. I'm not going to dwell on this, but the
Well,
Cardinals.
you can. It's okay.
The Cardinals beat the Cubs 5-1 yesterday, and that gave them a 2-1 win in the series. So good for them. So they're pretty close to tied in the standings, if I'm not mistaken. The White Sox 2, the Tigers nothing. The Pirates beat the Twins 9-3. The Reds over the Braves 6-4. The Brewers 2, the Astros nothing. Yankees beat the A's 13-8.
Wow.
That'd been a fun game to watch.
Now, was that football?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, but actually, that's a very good score for football.
Yes, it
But
is.
Pretty low for
scoring,
this area.
yeah. But high for baseball.
But high for baseball. And Dodgers beat the Phillies 9-1. Peoria Chiefs established an early advantage in the game with a remarkable performance, ultimately securing an 8-3 victory against Wisconsin on Saturday night in Wisconsin. The beatdown commenced with an impressive display as Jesus Baez launched his second lead-off home run of the series in the very first pitch,
Wow.
delivered by
Is
Jason
that the same
Woodward.
one who played for the Cubs?
I don't know.
No,
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I think this is a different Jesus. Stunning the audience of 4,800 people just 2 pitches later, Jack Grutvich followed suit with a powerful home run in the deepest part of the ballpark, marking back-to-back home runs and extending the lead to 2-0. And they were never behind after that.
Never look back.
Never looked back in the 8-3 victory. The Chief failed to capitalize on late opportunities and dropped the series finale yesterday with Wisconsin 5-3. And get this, at the Neuroscience Group Field. That's the name of the field that they play.
Name again?
Neuroscience Group Field. It must be a medical group, I'm guessing.
I'll take your word for it.
gonna
I don't
have
know.
to.
I've never heard of it. There's some wild and crazy field names, but that has to be one of the weirdest.
Neuroscience Group
Neurosciences,
Field.
yeah.
The Chiefs return home tomorrow at 6:35 to begin a 6-game homestand against Beloit. And the first game of the Stanley Cup Finals begins tomorrow night with the Hurricanes playing the Golden Knights at 7 p.m. on ABC, CBC, and TVAS. And there's a BMF besides.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. You
The
got it.
first game of the NBA Finals begins Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m. between the Knicks and the Spurs. It can be seen on ABC. And finally, this just in, a group of pirates on a leading dating website were asked what they found least attractive about women on the site. The most common answer was sunken chest with no booty. Okay. That's kind of stupid.
I don't know. That is funny. And that's sports.
That's sports, right?
Way up north to Alaska, go north for Russia's home. North to Alaska, go north for Russia's home. Big Sam left Seattle in the year of '92 with George Pratt, his partner, and brother Billy too. They crossed the Yukon River and found the Bonanza Gold below that old white mountain, just a little southeast of Nome.
What year
Sam
would you
crossed the
say this was?
majestic mountains to
North to Alaska. This recording. What year?
He talked to his team of huskies as he mushed on through the snow. With the northern lights a-running wild in the land of the midnight sun. Yes, Sam McCord was a mighty man in the year of 1901.
It's North to Alaska.
Where the river is winding, big nuggets they're finding. North to Alaska, go north to Russia's own. Way up.
We had the opportunity in 1993, just right before I took early retirement, to get into an RV and go with another couple, God rest their souls, and my wife. And we went north to Alaska and stopped along the way to different locations like where all the stone faces are,
Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore, thank you for that, and Mount Hood National Forest, and anyway, got to Alaska, and all of Canada is beautiful. No and ifs or buts, but they take a little bit of a backseat, I think, to Alaska. Beautiful state, and so we enjoyed going north to Alaska. And we were in an RV, and they have and there's a name for it, like a frost dip. Due to weather conditions, the highway will, without warning, sometimes there'd be a sign. Yes, and I remember we hit that, and what it basically does, if you don't slow down, it throws you out of your seat, almost with a seat belt. And in an RV, sometimes people are walking back and forth to get something out of the refrigerator or make a sandwich while you're going down the road. And I hit that. I was driving, and honest to God, my head hit
really?
the roof of the cab. It was one of those that you drove. Well, obviously you had to drive somewhere. At any rate, and it came without warning. So you had to, and I remember we stopped and said, how do you know up ahead that you're going to hit one of these dips in the road? He says, you don't.
That's that permafrost melts. And
That's exactly how they explain it. I said, what's the story on this?
Yeah.
And it said the whole Alaskan highway, what do they call it, the Alaska Canadian
highway and byway.
country.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, well, there's a
Don't
word.
know. Never
that
been
describes
that
it.
far northwest.
What's the furthest you got?
Northwest?
Yes.
Los Angeles.
By the way,
Seriously, that's the truth.
speaking of the Northwest, there is some clown, and years ago, people who would introduce stupid bills would be laughed out of the Capitol building, the legislature. Now they get attention. There's an Oregon legislator, a Democrat, I might add, who wants to ban in the state of Oregon hunting and fishing. Thank God he wasn't around when the Indians were running the country, because I think the object is perhaps to make everybody become a vegan, or whatever the case may be. Can you imagine introducing legislation that you can't fish anymore and you can't hunt? And one of the things with Illinois is facing over the years is the number of accidents, some fatal, in hitting deer. That's why they've extended, I believe, or expanded the hunting season for deer, is because, particularly in southern Illinois, the deer are running the state, or they're running amok.
Would you think that in Oregon, hunting and fishing might be something that people would go there for?
Kind of like a tourist.
Yes, like a tourist that would bring what, cash to the community, to the state?
I wouldn't doubt it. Oregon's a beautiful state. They have mountains, they have brooks and streams and rivers and lakes, and it would be a beautiful place to hunt and fish.
Yeah, I was going to say, I would think that was part of their way of life.
Well, what do you think would motivate someone to say no more ban? And the reason that he gives is because it's cruelty. Well, what do you think when we do, prepare a big cow or a heifer for a steak? Here's something else I had to laugh at over the weekend. There's a local TV station, I won't say which one because everybody will know, that says, according to our survey, the number one restaurant for spaghetti is Leo's.
The one that pays us the most.
Yeah. And there is a wonderful place, has been known for years for their chicken. Great place. Which one do you think I'm talking about?
Gills and
Gills, exactly. Great place. We've eaten there a number of times. This survey said they're the number one place for ribeyes, steaks, according to their survey. You mean to tell me most people go there, they don't go to the Lariat Club or Jim's Steakhouse or others? You go to Gills for a ribeye? Is that what your survey said? I wonder. I think they surveyed the employees at Gill's, and Gill's are not taking anything away from Gill's.
No.
Because they have great chicken, they have great food. Period. I've eaten there a number of times, not lately, but to announce that that's the number one choice for ribeyes. I'm sorry, folks.
I think I'm missing out on not watching any local TV.
No, you are missing out.
Because I'm missing out on all these stories that I could be throwing stuff at the TV over.
We all laughed when we saw that on.
Oh my gosh.
At any rate, let's do what we do every morning to bring you up to date with our news each and every morning at the bottom of the hour. And our news this morning is brought to you by our great folks at Morton Community Banks with over 50 branches across the state of Illinois. Hometown banks, FDIC insured, so you know your deposits are safe and secure. Look for the clock tower, and you know they have time for you. Here's Terry with our news headlines.
Firefighters were busy over the weekend in Washington, Illinois, dealing with 2 major fires. The most serious took place yesterday morning at an 8-unit apartment building near the intersection of School and Grant Streets. 3 people were injured and hospitalized. There are reports some of the residents were rescued by neighbors from second-story windows. The building was termed a complete loss. The other Washington blaze happened Saturday night at the Chapters of Living, a retirement community on Newcastle Road. 40 residents were safely evacuated. Multiple fire departments assisted in putting down the flames. Officials said the blaze started outside the building and quickly spread to the 3-story structure. No
I
injuries.
have no idea where that came from.
Sounded like somebody dropped something. No injuries reported and no estimate on total damage. However, temporary housing for residents was necessary. Tazewell County Coroner Charles Hanley reports 1 person is dead after the collision of a motorcycle and a vehicle on Route 9 in Mackinac Township Saturday night around 6:30. No other details have been released. There's no joy for fans of stock car racing in Peoria. The owner of the Peoria Speedway on Farmington Road told racing fans Saturday night the track was closing. Brandon Dean has been the promoter of the Saturday night races for 13 years and is giving it up. The last racing event, Dirt Car Summer Nationals, is Thursday, June 11th. The Peoria Speedway dates back to the Mount Holly Speedway that was located in Pioneer Park. The track opened in 1948, first as a midget speedway and then changed to stock cars. Many of us remember such racing heroes as Les Snow and Herb Shannon, Don Bolander and the Stoobies, gone but not forgotten. And many of us would like to see those left-wing rioters gone from New York, New Jersey. The large crowd of rioters have turned to violence not only against police and ICE agents, but also against horses used by patrol officers on patrol. The rioters have thrown bricks and 2x4s to try and injure the animals. Around 61 have been arrested, including 1 person who bit the arm of an officer, and another who said he was going to kill an agent and his family. In world news, President Trump is still reviewing options as efforts to achieve peace remain difficult. Conditions in this country and Iran's delaying tactics are obviously issues the president is considering. Many war hawks want Trump to resume the war until there's a regime change, while others want the Strait of Hormuz open so prices will come down. The biggest demand is to eliminate Iran's ability to have a nuclear weapon. The president had tough words for Democrat federal judge Richard Leon, who ordered that all construction on the proposed ballroom at the White House be halted. Trump said the roof of the ballroom would include a defense drone base to protect residents today and in the future. He said Judge Leon would be held responsible if there's an attack on the White House due to his politically motivated federal ruling. And one of our favorite singers, Frankie Valli, has announced he's quitting the rest of his farewell tour. Say that 3 times fast. I can't even say it once. The 92-year-old singer says he needs to recover from some health problems, but he did not specify what they were. His biggest hit was Can't Take My Eyes Off of You, but there were others like Sherry and Walk Like a Man. That's sad news.
What was your favorite Frankie Valli song?
Well, I would have to say Sherry, and there's a reason, because
All
when
right.
it was first written, the guy's girlfriend's name was Terry, and they wanted to name it Terry.
Oh, really?
Really, and
I hadn't heard that
and one of the
story.
record producers says, no, wait, that's not a name. So
They probably knew Growie, that's why.
they changed it to Sherry.
Yeah. Oh, that's too bad.
So that's the closest I've ever come to having a name.
I tell you what, I don't know how you can get your voice as high as he has and keep doing it. I mean, I know he's 92.
Yeah, 92.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Yeah. What year did that come on? He was with, what'd they say, the Four Seasons?
Frankie Valli and the
Seasons,
Four
yes.
Seasons,
There it is,
yep.
right there.
Yeah.
Yes, good call.
And what'd you say, 1960?
Oh, I want to say probably
Mid 60s.
mid-60s, early to mid-60s.
Yeah. And you're right, he could get up to the high numbers. I mean, how many guys are really darling by the time he's the guy that had a high soprano type voice?
Too, with the ones that have the very deep bass voices are just amazing as well.
Yeah, I know it.
Like Elvira.
Elvira. By the Oak Ridge Boys. Well, at any rate, 92 going on tour, and he was on tour when he said, I thought, how can that guy do it? Having a similar age, for him to
you're pretty
go on
close.
a farewell, I'm so close. It is accurate. Going on a farewell tour and singing probably, 5 to 10 songs?
At least.
At least, every night before thousands of fans. Do you, either one of you recall, maybe when our good friend Phil Salzer wakes up, he can tell us, I think he came to the Heart of Illinois Fair one year. Do either one of you
I don't know.
have any recollection of that?
That
I don't know
recall, but I wouldn't doubt it.
I
bet he
wouldn't
did.
doubt it either,
A lot of
because we've had a
big
lot of
stars.
great. I think Connie Francis came to the Heart of Illinois Fair one year as well. We'll have to get a hold of Phil and have him go over the list. And in the meantime, let's check out the weather this morning. And it's brought to you by Kyle Varnold. We're going to talk to Kyle a little bit later on about the forecast, which is rather remarkable. But Kyle's in the insurance industry, providing personal and business coverages for auto, home life, and health. And as we have said a number of times, he works with a number of companies to get you the best price and the best coverage. And you can contact Kyle today at 309-682-0519. That's 682-0519. Gorgeous day today, sunny, high of only 84, clear tonight, a low 57. Tomorrow it'll be sunny at 82, and Wednesday sunny and 84. We'll get up to a warm 88 later this week on Thursday, and come Friday we're hanging in the same neighborhood around 87. Look for showers, badly needed showers, Friday night, possibly Saturday and Sunday. We'll get verification of that from Kyle a little later on. Currently, our weather temperature, 62 degrees, and there you have it, the bottom of the hour, a check of the news and the weather. It is the 1st of June, and one of the big local stories is
Somebody's calling in. That's what the news story is.
Maybe trying to give us some tips.
That's right.
I do think I recognize the caller. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. How's everyone this morning?
That's good. This happens to be my son Zach for calling from Bettendorf, Iowa. Maybe give us a report on how great the price of gas is in your neighborhood.
Yes, we gassed up for 369. It dropped considerably. It was in the 390s range. So now we're at 369. So it's dropped quite a bit. I think the price of a barrel of crude oil dropped near 90 a week or so ago. So maybe this is a reaction to that.
Well, we hope so, but you're essentially at least $1 lower than what we're paying here in Central Illinois.
Yeah, I reached out to my brother, Dan, and said, let's get Dad a bunch of 5-gallon buckets of gas for Father's Day.
Yeah, that's not no.
He seemed to think that was okay.
Yeah. Well, why don't you just get one of those tanker trucks to come down to Peoria? I think we can get rid of it very quickly. There's a lot of drivers. That would be wonderful if we could pull that off.
It's funny you say that because the other morning, I believe it was an Illinois farmer, because the plate said Illinois, but he was gassing up his truck, and he had multiple, I think he had about 6 or 8 5-gallon gas cans that he was going to fill up too. So he has taken advantage of living close to the border.
You know, as I recall, years ago, some farmers, did they not have a fuel pump on the farms that trucks?
Oh yeah. That's kind of gone to the wayside because I think the EPA would come in and want to inspect those on-site tanks, and I think they gave that up, and that's why you see a lot of large four-wheel drive trucks, maybe half-ton or 1-ton trucks that have the fuel tank in the back right behind the cab.
Yes.
You see a lot of those nowadays. So yeah, the other thing I wanted to tell you is when you were talking about deer in hunting, for me and my brother, it was not uncommon to see 80 to 100 deer when we would be deer hunting in the early, mid, and late 1990s, coming through the woods, usually in December. So the population was quite large, causing a lot of motor vehicle accidents, and that's how they the state of Illinois bases handing out the permits to hunters for resident and non-resident on the motor vehicle accidents with deer.
Can you imagine Illinois passing legislation, although we're talking about the state of Oregon, say you can no longer fish or hunt? And you know, the joy, and you know, because we did it with you and your brother, comes from doing things together, and fishing is one of those bonding activities that are so important to family unity and love and bond.
Oh, yeah. Dan and I talked multiple times how blessed we were that we would, you and Mom would take us on trips. And I remember all the, up in Canada and out in the northwest part of the United States, that we would just simply pull off the road. There'd be a little stream, and we would simply put a little hook and a salmon egg and drop it in a creek that you wouldn't think trout were in, and there we were pulling quarter and half-pound trout.
Yeah. I remember we caught one, and you wanted to hold it, and you...
Oh, don't tell this story. Don't tell this story. I remember it like it was yesterday, Dan. I felt so bad.
Well, here's the happy ending of the story. I'm glad you did, because I didn't know how to clean a fish. So you saved me the embarrassment of trying to mutilate that fish so we could eat it. There was no way, and you know what, so don't feel bad about it. You saved my rear end, because I don't think and you and your brother are experts at cleaning fish. I never did get the hang of it.
Yeah, I figured in my mind it was considered a catch because we got it right
we
right
did.
to our hands.
Yeah.
So that officially is a catch.
Yeah, exactly right. And also a release. You know, we do have rules about catch and release. I caught it, you released it. And,
That is correct. It was an official catch and release.
Yeah.
Although
and I can tell you that Trout couldn't have been happier because
Yeah.
he was picturing himself in a frying pan.
I do want to mention that in Illinois, the hunters have huge hearts. They care for the community because there's a program, and I think the owner of Rabers, because I would go with you and Royce down there to their old site that was tucked back away off of Farmington Road, and I can't think of the guy's name, but he would, if a hunter came with a deer, he would drop it at Rabers and say, I want to donate this to the mission, Southside, and they would feed the homeless. And the gentleman at the mission would say that, every now and then a farmer would bring a cow or a pig in to donate, and the homeless would say, hey, what the heck's this? Where's our venison at? And they had gotten so used to eating, and it's probably one of the better meats. I know I heard some actor say that if you ate venison every day, you'd live forever.
Well, I better start eating venison because I'm very close to forever right now. It is fat-free and it is healthier for you, no question about that. I'm trying to think of the owner of Rabers, who has since passed away, he and his wife, two very wonderful people. Royce introduced me to him, but maybe somebody will call in and remember the name of Rabers. I know a guy by the name of Butch, I think, is running Rabers today, and it was amazing where Rabers used to be located. You had to go by a bunch of junkyard garages and
broken down cars along the road.
I thought I was in Ukraine the first time I went down there. And do you remember, son, how they had sawdust on the floor and they would always give kids a wiener?
Yes, I remember that well. We would come in and it'd be cold, and I remember Mom would get some meat, and the butchers would all hand me and Dan a cold wiener, and we would eat it on site.
Yeah, it was and now they're in a great location. They serve a luncheon that's out of this world, so Rabers has come a long way. Well, any other news from Northwest to Southeast or wherever Bettendorf, Iowa is?
Yep, our condo's just about 4 miles from the Mississippi River, and on calm mornings where there's little to no wind, and we have our window open, I can actually hear the trains honking as they go by along the Mississippi River as they hit different intersections. So it reminds me of when I was a kid, and we would go and stay with Grandma and Grandpa Hanson in St. Joe's, Illinois.
Yeah, and the sound of the
Good memories.
Yeah, no, you're right. All right, son, thanks for calling. Appreciate it, as always, and tell everybody Genesis and the wonderful place where you work, hello.
I will. I'll see you tomorrow as I have a meeting with my doctor, my cancer surgeon doctor. They'll move me to cancer survivor mode tomorrow.
Well, that's wonderful.
Great news.
God bless you. Thank you, Lord, for that. Thank you for great two sons, and Zach, thanks. Appreciate it.
Yes, we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, thanks. Bye for now.
All right.
And he gets no pay, and I didn't know he was going to call, but that makes it even more enjoyable for that matter. We'll be right back after our phone call that Oh, this is one of our regular listeners. Good morning, Jess.
Hey, good morning, Roger and friends.
Good to hear from you this morning. It's a beautiful June morning, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Well, what's on your mind this morning?
Heard your son, or was it your son?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
In Bettendorf? Yeah. I just got back from the Quad Cities last night.
Oh, what were you doing up there, if we may ask?
Well, visiting my in-laws who live in Davenport.
Okay. And you saw that gas prices were a little lower up there than they are in our neck of the woods?
Yeah, including a lot of dead deer on the street. And you know what their names were? Yes Deer, No Deer, and John Deere. Yes Deer, No Deer, and John Deere.
Yeah, that's very good. Who writes your material?
I do.
Yeah. So, did you have a few days off, or did you just do it over the weekend?
A little weekend getaway. It was also my nephew's 24th birthday yesterday.
Well, happy birthday to your nephew.
Yeah, he'll be going away to Florida this fall for his master's degree. He's going to University of South Florida.
Now, you know, the question I always have when I hear about someone from this area going so far away is how they wind up selecting that school versus the hundreds of other choices.
Well, he put in a lot of applications, and he is dedicated and takes pride in what he loves to do, and that's being in marching bands.
Oh, really?
It's a family thing. High school, Drum Corps International, college.
You know, there used to be a channel that showed the competition. They don't do that anymore, do they?
I know WTVP used to air the Drum Corps International competition.
Yes, right. And I love to watch those programs. They were outstanding. But
Well, you have to live in Bloomington, Indiana. Got to watch it on, I think it's WTIU, Indiana University Television.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. But
Well, I wanted to mention about the hunting thing.
Mm-hmm. Are you
Oregon.
Are you musically inclined? Do you play an
No,
instrument?
I'm musically challenged. I can
Yeah.
sing, but
Me
I'm
too.
just not cut out for playing an instrument. This old brain, this is an old dog. Can't teach this old dog new tricks. It was way too developed after 25.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I thought about trying to learn to play the piano, and no, you know, I have enough trouble knowing what my fingers are doing as it is. Sometimes they fall asleep, for that matter. Well, anything else? We have our pet tip of the day coming up. Always good to hear from you. Any other news to share with our radio audience that includes YouTube around the world?
Oh, I just want to make it brief
Okay.
since it's almost time to go. I think that hunting ban they want to propose in Oregon is stupid. What are they going to say? Only the Native Americans are allowed to hunt? And if any American wants to hunt, they have to prove they're Native American by a blood test?
I think you're right.
What if they do that with tobacco? You can only smoke if you can prove your Native American ancestry.
Yeah.
Oh, shut up, Jess. Don't give them ideas.
That was good. Jess, it's always great hearing from you. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. I appreciate your
You
call.
too, guys.
Take care.
She's a sweetheart, isn't she? Weather-wise, we'll tell you it's going to be a gorgeous day today, the first day of June. It'll be sunny with a high of 84, the overnight low 57. And tomorrow we're going to get up to 82.
Nice.
And not,
good day.
not too shabby. And let's find out what Louis Linder and the folks at Peoria Pet Crematory have to say about our pet tip of the day, which is about fleas. Ooh.
Today's pet tip is brought to you by Peoria Pet Crematory of Peoria and Lewiston, providing final care for family pets large and small 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Their phone number is 713-1898. That's 713-1898. More information is available at peoriapetcrematory.com.
Pet lovers are dedicated to their animals, all species from horses to turtles and of course cats and dogs. If you are a pet lover, learn these little known, somewhat amazing facts about your pet. Do you think that most flea and tick treatments are pretty much the same? Have you ever used a product for dogs on a cat or vice versa? Do you think that what you can get in the pet or farm store is probably just as good, only cheaper than what the vet can offer? I hope you answered no to these questions. The very sad truth is that even when caring for our pets, the old saying, "you get what you pay for," is very true. People try to get by with cheaper solutions that end up costing more in emergency vet care. There are some products on the market today which are known to cause toxic poisoning or central nervous damage among cats, leading to death. Is chancing death worth the savings to you? My vet informs me that too many people have been doing this lately. They buy a cheap over-the-counter product that results in intensive vet care, often still ending in painful death and loss. Now I ask you, how much did you save by not using the better, safer product that a vet can prescribe? The same is also true for dogs. You can't use a product made for cats on dogs. Some do not even prevent against all types of worms, yet the packaging is misleading and you think you are treating for fleas, ticks, and heartworms. Please consult your vet for safe, reliable flea and tick treatment. It's the compassionate, right action to take. This whisker of information has been made possible by a grant from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting in partnership with Spot, Saving Pets One at a Time, and KSVR Studios. Theme music by Stuardo Glasser and produced by Isla Bystrom-Williams.
Today's Pet Tip has been brought to you by Peoria Pet Crematory of Peoria and Lewiston, providing final care for family pets, large and small, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Their phone number is 713-1898. That's 713-1898. More information is available at peoriapetcrematory.com.
You know, we were talking about the price of gas. You said you went north. How far north, and what were you paying, John, for a gallon of gas?
When we went through Morris, they were advertising $4.13 for a gallon of regular gas. And at the same time, at the same type of a station, Amoco station, it was, I think, $4.89 here. So why the big difference besides local, state? I know they have same state taxes we have, but that's on I-80.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where you usually pay more.
Mm-hmm.
So
You're right.
I don't know.
Well, it's hard to figure out, to tell you the truth. But I'll say this, in a positive note,
Yeah.
it used to be that everybody was at the same price in gas stations, no matter where you went. Now it's a little more of a competitive environment. And you can look, as long as it doesn't drive you nuts to the point where you're driving around, as I used to save on the price of gas. And I burned up the difference and came to the conclusion, just pay it and drive on, Roger, you idiot. Well, we have news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. You're having breakfast with Roger and Friends, WACU FM 90.7 in Peoria, Illinois. Also on YouTube worldwide, where you can not only hear us, but see us. I think sometimes that's a disadvantage, but sometimes it's an advantage.
Yeah, it's true.
8244. Gentlemen, it's absolutely a gorgeous Monday morning, the first day of June, And we begin our news block with a check of the weather brought to you by Steve Sink. He's a managing partner with a company called PHX Affiliates, a great organization, and that involves Steve's work as a business broker. He's been at it for over 20 years. He knows business. He helps folks decide whether or not to sell their business. Maybe some people would like to buy a business. He knows business, and you can reach Steve Sink today at 309-696-8508. Weather-wise today, as we say, gorgeous day, mostly sunny today, a high of 84, overnight low 57. Tomorrow, not as warm, but still very pleasant, sunny and 82. Wednesday, we'll be at that magic number 84 again. We're going to warm up on Thursday to 88, 87 on Friday. And the good news is, and we need some good news when it comes to precipitation, look for showers Friday night, possibly Saturday and Sunday. We're going to get verification of that National Weather Bureau forecast later this morning from the talented and accurate meteorologist Kyle Varnold. So stay tuned. Right now our temperature is up a degree at 63. Now our lead story with Teri Chamberlain.
Well, firefighters were busy over the weekend in Washington, Illinois, dealing with two major fires. The most serious took place yesterday morning at an 8-unit apartment building near the intersection of School and Grant Streets. 3 people were injured and hospitalized. There are reports some of the residents were rescued by neighbors from second-story windows. The building was deemed a complete loss.
The other Washington blaze happened Saturday night at the Chapters of Living. That's a retirement community on Newcastle Road in Washington. 40 residents were safely evacuated. Multiple fire departments assisted in putting down the flames. Officials said the blaze started outside the building and quickly spread to the 3-story structure. No injuries reported, no estimate on total damage. However, temporary housing for residents necessary. We do want to praise and give credit to 18-year-old Logan McEnany, the high school, recently graduated from Washington High School. Give him credit. He probably saved a number of lives because he ran into the building, alerted residents that the structure was on fire. So congratulations to you, Logan. Good job.
Peoria firefighters were called yesterday morning to put out a garage fire in the 700 block of West Thrush. The fire did about $20,000 damage. Cause not yet determined.
Tazewell County Coroner Charles Hanley reports one person dead after the collision of a motorcycle. One would assume that it was a motorcyclist and a vehicle. The accident happened on Route 9 in Mackinac Township Saturday night around 6:30 p.m. No other details have been released.
There's no joy for fans of stock car racing in Peoria. The owner of the Peoria Speedway on Farmington Road told racing fans Saturday night the track was closing. Brandon Dean has been the promoter of the Saturday night races for 13 years and is giving it up. The last racing event, Dirt Car Summer Nationals, is Thursday, June 11th. The Peoria Speedway dates back to the Mount Holly Speedway that was located in Pioneer Park. The track opened in 1948, first as a midget speedway, and then changed to stock cars. Many of us remember such racing heroes as Les Snow and Herb Shannon, Don Bolander, and the Stoobies. Gone, but not forgotten.
And many of us would like to see those left-wing rioters gone from Newark, New Jersey. The large crowd of rioters turned to violence, not only against police and ICE agents, but also against, of all things, horses used by the officers on patrol. The rioters threw bricks and 2x4 pieces of lumber to try and injure the animals. Around 61 have been arrested, including one person who bit the arm of an officer and another who said he was going to kill the agent and his family.
In world news, President Trump is still reviewing options as efforts to achieve peace remain difficult. Conditions in this country and Iran's delaying tactics are obviously issues the president is considering. Many war hawks want Trump to resume the war until there's a regime change, while others want the Strait of Hormuz open so prices will come down. The biggest demand is to eliminate Iran's ability to have a nuclear weapon.
In a major development, the president of Iran has resigned. He submitted his letter of resignation saying he no longer had the ability to provide leadership to the embattled country. The bad news is more radicals have allegedly seized control, making it difficult to achieve a peace agreement. Those are some of the stories we're following. Now let's turn to the world of sports. Scott Meisinger, Present Center with all the latest, and a lot of high school events and heroes to report on this morning.
Right. It's the end of the high school season, in fact, end of the high school year. So a lot of state tournaments coming up. So I thought I'd start out with high school sports. Metamora Redbirds achieved a historic milestone on Saturday by delivering the most outstanding track and field performance in school's history. The team demonstrated exceptional skill, culminating in their first ever state track and field championship. Congratulations to the Redbirds. Patrick Peterson experienced disappointment after narrowly missing a state title in the shot put competition on Saturday at Eastern Illinois University. However, he channeled that frustration into his performance in the discus event. The sophomore from Dunlap High School achieved a remarkable throw of 201 feet 5 inches. That's pretty far. Securing an IHSA 3A championship, he surpassed the runner-up by nearly 10 feet, marking his discus throw as the longest in Illinois this season and 15th best nationally. Just like that, Malik Johnson, a senior track and field star from Peoria High School, took off from the board, took flight, and secured his title as a state champion in the triple jump on Saturday at the IHSA Boys State Track and Field Finals. Washington Junior Ben Gorsuch delivered a stunning title run in the Class 3A 800. His 1:49.88 was the fastest time in Illinois this season and 17th fastest in the nation. Metamora's Wadian Cranford anchored the 4x200 relay state title win for Metamora with the 9th fastest time in the state this season. Trey Brickner of Peoria Christian rumbled and stumbled to a Class 1A state title in the 300 hurdles. And finally, Morton rolled to a 4x400 title, which arguably is one of the most enjoyable races to watch. Everybody runs a quarter mile, and it is fast. Morton High School advanced to the super sectional around the IHSA girls soccer state playoffs, while Notre Dame and Dunlap High School concluded their seasons following sectional title defeats on Friday. Morton triumphed over rival Dunlap in Class 2A, and meanwhile, Notre Dame's journey to the 3A playoffs came to an end, marking their sole loss of the season. Let's go to Major League Baseball now. I don't know if anybody's watching this, but the Cards beat the Cubs yesterday 5-1. They took the series 2-1 over the Cubbies. So the Cubs have their rivalry going hot and strong this year. White Sox 2, the Tigers nothing. The Pirates beat the Twins 9-3. The Reds beat the Braves 6-4. The Brewers 2, the Astros 0. Yankees and the A's had a slugfest. The Yankees beat the A's 13-8, and the Dodgers over the Phillies 9-1. Peoria Chiefs established an early advantage in the game with a remarkable performance, ultimately securing an 8-3 victory against Wisconsin on Saturday night in Wisconsin. The beatdown commenced with an impressive display as Jesus Baez launched his second leadoff home run of the series, his very first pitch delivered by Jason Woodward, stunning the audience of 4,800 people. Just 2 pitches later, Jack Gurevich followed suit with a powerful home run to the deepest park of the ballpark, marking back-to-back home runs and extending the lead to 2-0, which is they just went out ahead and never had to look back. The Chiefs failed to capitalize, though, on a late opportunity and dropped the series finale with Wisconsin yesterday 5-3. The Chiefs return home tomorrow at 6:35 to begin a 6-game homestand against Beloit. And the first game of the Stanley Cup Finals begins tomorrow night with the Hurricanes playing the Golden Knights at 7 p.m. on ABC. If you can't find it there, start surfing the channels. Go to CBC or TVAS. Those I don't know anything about. The first game of the NBA Finals begins on Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m. between the Knicks and the Spurs, and that can be seen on ABC.
Are you watching those at all?
I don't watch.
I
don't watch.
I watched a little bit. I was really bored, so I did watch a little the other night.
I like hockey. I enjoy it. I can't follow it. I really have a hard time seeing the puck go so fast, and I can't keep track of where it is.
You can't follow it?
No.
But you just got through saying in your newscast, followed suit.
Followed suit. I follow suits.
Okay.
I follow suits, yes, I do.
Do you have any idea what that
lawsuits.
means?
That's a great I'm going to look that up. They call that an idiom. I'm going to find out what it means.
Well, I've been called a lot of things, but never an
Never an
idiom.
idiom?
I've been called an idiot.
Well, I want
it's
Roger.
an
You notice
idiom.
I didn't say that.
No, I know that.
No, I didn't bring that up.
Is idiom, does that mean a female idiot?
Only an idiom would say that.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you.
No, actually, an idiom is a part of English language that becomes so much a part of it. Somebody has said something like it's raining cats and dogs,
Yes.
okay? And when we try to teach people who have no English language skills,
Yeah.
when they're
it
and
comes
it's raining cats and dogs, you know the English language is confusing enough.
Yeah. Here's
And so
another
you
one,
add
hotter than a firecracker.
Hotter than a firecracker.
Yeah.
Well, have you ever touched a firecracker?
Yes, I
right?
have.
Yes.
I've had
Yeah.
my fingers burned more than
Yeah.
once.
Boy, I had a friend.
Remember those lady fingers you used to have?
Oh, yeah.
The test for your masculinity is whether or not you would let someone, while you held a lady finger, and
And
let
let
it
somebody
go.
else light it, or
let
hold
somebody-
it in your
yeah.
hand and do
no,
it?
No,
Oh.
between your thumb and your finger.
Gotcha.
And most of the time, but not all, because you never know how much powder is
Powder's
in
in
those lady fingers. But most of the time when you held it, it would go off and it wouldn't burn you because it wasn't that. But occasionally,
But you took the chance anyway, Roger, right?
yeah, because you didn't know whether or not the Chinese made this, whether one hung low put too much in one of the lady fingers.
It had nothing to do with the Chinese, but that's okay. I mean, did
Well,
somebody...
who made the firecracker? Didn't the Chinese?
Well,
start
no,
with-
no, I'm just saying it had nothing to do with you holding that.
Yeah, it
that
was one
pellet.
hung low.
One hung low, who made it?
Made it,
That's
yeah.
what you're saying?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
never mind, I understand. I thought he was lighting it.
Yeah.
He came all the way over from China to light
No, he was living here. He was introduced to me by On Too Long.
on too long, yes. Well, I have a final story
Yeah,
here.
please.
Okay.
A local soldier's been reprimanded for refusing to flush the toilet. In a statement, he said, quote, "It's not my duty."
Oh.
that's very
I
good.
thought that was really terrible.
I'm a little disappointed you didn't give any racing results. You know, they had,
What kind of racing results you talking
well,
about?
what happened at the Peoria Speedway Saturday night.
Well, did they have racing going on?
Yeah, that's when they announced that they were going to close the racetrack.
Did they? Yes. Did they have the results in the newspaper again? They never did. No. That's how you know that is a big source for getting some sports. Obviously, is used to be the newspaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And local sports is just kind of non-existent unless you get online and do it. Are you driving cars past real fast here? Is that the...
It's just a warm up. At Westlake, every Monday morning, we have some cars that like to race through the area. So
Oh, did
we just stuck the microphone out of the window.
you mean out here?
Yeah.
Yes, I was going to say, can you show? There they are again. You show me the window.
This guy's going to stop. Oh,
Sound like it stopped.
sound like my
Couldn't hear it
Cadillac.
as well.
Hey, you know about this rioting in New Jersey, where it just shows you many of these rioters are, and media keeps calling them protesters. They're not protesting, they're rioting. There's a big difference, and a major difference. But where's PETA? You know, if you leave your dog out too long, there's a PETA representative or someone who thinks they are, hey, your dog's been out too long. Well, where are they? I would think they would be on television condemning the rioters for beating up on the horses.
That's first. What was it that I read the other day? It was a joke. It said that there was a politician that wanted to deport 300,000 left-wing
Rioters.
women,
Okay.
and 4 beagles. and the guy
made
says,
that up.
I read this, and the guy said to him, he said, what did the 4 beagles do? He said, see, I told you, they wouldn't care about the 300 women. They're just concerned about the 4 dogs. Yeah, that was literally what it said in the
kidding,
magazine.
yeah.
Yes. He said but I thought that was pretty apropos because I always think it's terrible. These horses are just doing their jobs,
Exactly.
I mean, I know that they can burn a squad car. Could care less. That's up to them and the police and how they handle it. But when they start injuring animals,
Yeah.
that have nothing to do with whatever they're
just
dealing
doing
with.
their
They're
job.
just doing their job, and they're there not by their own will. Then guess what? It's
Yeah.
time to treat them the same way.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm sorry. One brick deserves another, and I'm not proposing violence on anything. But come on, you're throwing stuff at a horse.
Yeah.
Seriously,
Animal, yeah,
big beautiful
I did-
creature like that.
Yeah.
I
No,
don't know.
no, you're right.
Can't defend itself unless the owner lets it. I guess they could be pretty strong.
Well, the one good thing I think is taking place is that they are arresting some of the rioters. Not all of them, but some of them. I got a big kick out of watching some news clips, and one of the rioters was a young lady who was vaping, and I, for some reason or another, it really bothers me when I see a woman, they're going to say, oh, you're a sexist, but guys do it too. But the women are a little more subtle about it. They have this little vape device in the palm of their hand, and it's so small that you couldn't see it. And I'll give you a good example. I was in a Culver's restaurant, sitting near someone who was vaping, and I didn't know they were vaping because they were so clever at it. And Kathy said, "Did you see that person vaping?" I said, "Who?" The one we literally were almost sitting in their lap. And I said, "No." I said, "How did you know?" "Well, apparently you blinked your eye a couple of times, but he would put it up to his mouth like he was clearing his throat, I guess." And I didn't think anything of it. But normally when they vape, there's a big cloud of smoke and a hearty hi-oh silver type of thing. And you see it. I remember getting out of the car at a Walmart over in Morton, and a gal sucked on that vaping device, and the amount of smoke, I guess, is that what you call it, smoke, or is it
It's a vapor. It's a mist.
And it's huge. It's like a cumulus cloud, and it rapidly dissipates. And I think I read a brief article that said vaping is actually worse than smoking. Is that possible? Or are they both bad for
They're
you?
both bad. I mean, the vape still has chemicals that can get into your lungs.
And isn't it true, Senator, that they use different fragrances, I guess you would call it?
Flavors.
Flavors. Fragrances.
What do you want, strawberry, vanilla, chocolate?
Yes.
What would you like? Or what's the kind, Neapolitan, where you get chocolate,
That'd be
vanilla, and strawberry? That's what I would vape. I'll take the Neapolitan, please. Have you ever smoked in your long life?
Yeah, once. I may have to tell you this story. I think we were like in 5th grade, and we were at a friend's house, and his mom was gone, his dad was at work, and we were down in the basement, and both of his parents smoked. Dad smoked cigars and pipes, and Mom smoked cigarettes. So the house always smelled like smoke.
I smoke.
And my mom smoked, and so my house always smelled like smoke. So we decided we were going to go downstairs and try a cigarette, but there were no open packets
Packages,
in the
yeah.
house. So these wonderful Camels with no filters. We opened up a package downstairs and took off all the plastic wrap that was on it, or the aluminum I don't know what it was at the time, and we lit up and took about 2 drags, and it was just about as disgusting as could be.
Yeah.
So we crushed all of them up, to get rid of the whole package, threw the cigarettes into a toilet and flushed them down the toilet. Okay.
Good, good crime.
Okay. Then we took the package and wadded it up and took it out to the garbage and stuffed it on way down underneath. And
You were pretty detailed.
there was
Patty.
there was no
The perfect crime.
except for the tax
The
stamp
tax
on the
stamp?
top. It was on the counter downstairs.
Oh,
And
oh.
I'm home that night, and phone rings, and my mom answers the phone. I said, oh, they did. Okay, yeah, okay. Well, we'll handle it from here too. Okay, bye. Say, so you and Chuck enjoy smoking your cigarettes? I say, but my eyes must have gotten about that big.
Yeah. That is funny.
But you know, how disgusting is this? Why would anybody want to do this? And anyway, that's my parents always knew everything I did, and I thought, how did they do that? Well, as a parent, you figured it out. You know, you finally figured out how that all worked. But a tax stamp, busted out by a tax stamp.
What was the old saying? It was someone once said it was amazing as I got older how much smarter my parents got.
That's true.
And our effort into the smoking world was we would see someone on the sidewalk or in the gutter in the street a discarded cigarette, but there was still enough that you could light up, and we didn't know, of course, whose mouth it had been in. We didn't care. So we'd straighten a cigarette up and light it up and get a couple of puffs, and it was usually, this is what you wound up smoking a cigarette. And boy, isn't this fun?
It is disgusting, and we did very similar with these old stogie butts, the cigar butts and stuff, because that was real intriguing.
Yeah.
Oh, that was awful. That was awful.
I think your dad did the same thing my dad did. He rarely smoked a cigarette, but he did enjoy a cigar once in a while on weekends. The biggest thing was lighting up a pipe on a Sunday afternoon. And there was something about, almost to a kid, romantic about seeing my dad relax. And you know, I could picture Jimmy Stewart on the patio with my dad smoking a pipe. And I did try on more than one occasion when Dad was gone, and he was gone working most of the time, where I could get some tobacco and he would have it on the patio and pack it in and light it up, and it was the same thing.
It just smells better.
Oh, a pipe
Pipe
tobacco
smells
was
great.
wonderful.
Pipe's the
Yeah.
worst.
I could get high on that.
Yeah, that's
Really,
pipe is.
Sir Walter Raleigh was one of the that came in a can.
Do you ever see anybody smoking pipes anymore? I mean, it used to be on TV all the time.
Well, they
The
don't even do
sitcom,
that on.
You
Yeah,
know, they're sitting there with the professor. I had professors that smoked in class.
really.
Yes. At
What
Bradley.
school did you
I
go
went to
to?
Bradley.
Oh,
Didn't you have professors that smoked pipes?
no, I no. No, my favorite instructor. Well, I had several. Dr. Romeo Garrett was just a delight, and my favorite's Dr. Norton, who was a big basketball and Bradley fan. Wonderful. Hank Vanderhayden, the radio teacher, and Dr. Clara Mawini, all one. I had a woman, a female teacher, an older woman, who had gray hair, and Atchison, I believe her name was Atchison, and she taught a class called Prose and Poetry. And she was just an absolute delight. A lot of great instructors at Bradley University. And anyone listening has a son or a daughter or a nephew or niece or someone looking for a school, I highly recommend Bradley University.
I had a good experience there, so that was. They can
So
put up
did
with
I.
me. They can put
Yeah.
up with anybody.
You know, a lot has changed. Back when I went, we met in Quonset huts, the kind of huts that they had in the Army on Fredonia. And
That's where the fraternities are now.
yeah, exactly, yeah. And I can't believe we sat in Quonset huts, but the level of education, the quality of education, I considered couldn't match it anywhere.
Had some really good professors. Had some had a professor or two that were, well, I can't say it on the air, but
Less than stellar.
yes, jeez Louise.
I will take your word for it. Anyway, we'll tell you it's going to be a beautiful day today. It's a beautiful morning, first day of June. It's hard to believe. Mostly sunny today with a high of 84, and currently our temperature standing at 63 degrees. We'll be back after this message.
A boy born in Joplin, Missouri was fascinated by anything with wheels and a motor. The odds of him going on to fascinate millions with his talent? 1 in 260,000. The odds of this born racer having 157 career top 10 finishes in NASCAR? 1 in 125 billion. But every driver seeks the pinnacle of their achievements. The odds of him winning both the Daytona 500 and the Brickyard 400 in the same year? 1 in 195 million. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I'm NASCAR driver Jamie McMurray, and my niece has autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs. Early diagnosis can make a lifetime of difference. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Hey, we want to remind everybody, I'll let Terry do it because she has the information. They have a wonderful program over in Morton at the Morton Public Library, and I believe their first, they have a series of entertainers coming, and it's all free, and you can bring your own lawn chair and enjoy things. Give the details if you don't mind, Terry.
Yes, it's going to be Groove in the Garden at the Morton Public Library on Pershing, and it's going to be every Friday night. First one is this Friday, June 5th. It will be Cousin Eddie. They play 4 decades of classic music. There'll be food trucks. There'll be at least 2. There'll be one for your meal. This Friday night will be Big Papa Jake, and then the other one will be the Triple Dipples, which I'm thinking it is an ice. I'm guessing that's ice cream. But I guess it goes every Friday night. The food trucks will be there about 6, and then the concert, the music will be beginning at 6:30.
You know, I've lived in Morton now 10 years, for that matter, and I didn't realize the Morton Library, and when we talked to the young lady, Elisa, I didn't ask her, how long have you been doing this? And if I did, I forgot what she said, but this is pretty neat. In the beginning, I thought they were doing these shows over at their open-air theater in the park, but this is actually behind the library.
Right, the ones over, I think they're Thursday nights at the park band shell. That's a whole different program. That's
totally different, isn't it? We do that.
the municipal band started last night.
Did it? Did you go?
I did not.
Oh.
I wanted to, but I had something come up and I could not
You
go.
know that when you said I did not, have you seen that Liberty Mutual
Yes,
commercial? That is a riot.
You know, I got a bigger kick out of the teacher saying,
Me too.
He did
He
not.
did.
Yeah.
then
The whole
rest
thing.
of the commercial.
Yeah.
Just the way
he did.
Just the way
did
she
not.
said
The way she said
Yes.
it is, it is, I don't know who the ad agency is for Liberty Mutual, but they've come up with some really great spots.
I
And the
giggled at
way
that.
she said that, and if you look at her eye contact, that's clever as well.
I think it's just the way she says it.
Yeah.
It's the look on her face
Yeah.
and the like.
And she said,
yeah,
no,
He
he did not.
He did not.
Yeah, as simple as that. It is so
yeah.
well.
Very, very well done. Yes. Those
but
Liberty ones are different.
Anyway, the way you said it was reminded me.
I
No,
did not.
I did not. I did not. Cases.
I'm glad you brought that up. I
yeah.
thought I was the only one that laughed. Well, Tracy and I both laughed at that.
You know, that does raise up a local issue that I was very close to because that was on the periphery of my territory of operation, and that was Glen Oak Park. It was not unusual for me to walk from my house on North Madison up to Glen Oak Park, and it was a little bit of a huff or hoof, and it was a huff and puff too, because to get there I had to climb from Perry Avenue up the winding sidewalk, and they did have a sidewalk that would take you up to the zoo and the Glen Oak Pavilion and the baseball diamonds and so forth. But anyway, what I'm getting to is, there was a lot of consternation and anger and frustration with neighbors when the Park District had announced plans they were not going to do anything except let the amphitheater crumble or destroy it or whatever, because that was an important entertainment venue for many, many years. And we've talked before, some of the entertainers included Andy Williams. You guys think Andy Williams at Glen Oak Amphitheater? Do you remember, Terry, some of the other entertainers? I know that before your time somewhat, but big names would come. And so in the end, Emily Cahill, the superintendent, took Bonnie Noble's place when she retired, said, and the Park District, and I think Robert Johnson, who's a great gentleman, but they've done nothing as they promised to maybe 3 years ago to update, build a new amphitheater. They've done absolutely nothing. And it's kind of disappointing on one hand, but on the other hand, there is a safety issue at night in that neck of the woods due to some bad guys. And now with the news the city's going to build an amphitheater in the riverfront, that makes even less of a reason to motivate them to build an amphitheater or rebuild it or remodel or renovate it for that matter.
Yeah, we saw, I think we talked about this, saw the Beach Boys there.
Okay,
And
thank you.
it was absolutely packed,
Yeah.
and beyond the fence even.
Yeah.
And they just did a wonderful job of putting that all together. They had a thing in the front, and it was built like a big sailboat, like a sloop. Mm-hmm. And as the music played, this thing went back and forth. Just a little bit.
Seriously?
And they would play the music, and it would rock back and forth, and it was very impressive.
Surfing USA.
Yes, yeah. I mean, it was just a great concert, and a lot of people had a good time. I know, I could smell it. Yeah. So.
Okay.
It wasn't a pipe.
A little different version of Love is in the Air.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, at any rate, it's obvious they're not going to do anything for it. There's a lot that could be done, particularly with the lagoon, because they still, I believe, put fish in the lagoon for their annual Glen Oak, I think they call it the fishing derby, for kids to fish. And it's always been a gathering place for kids.
Right.
For many, many years.
Just a few people can ruin so much for so many people.
Nope.
And what about the fireworks? They don't have the fireworks anymore, do they?
Yeah, no, they canceled
like
that.
They don't have the Heart of Illinois Fair anymore.
Well, the problem was when there were explosions, you didn't know whether it was fireworks or it was the bad guys shooting their guns in the East Bluff.
That's a little scary.
Unfortunately, yeah, you bet. All right, we're at the bottom of the hour. Let's bring you up to date with some of the things we are following this morning. And the news at the bottom of the hour, as usual, on the mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bob Manning, Senior Vice President, Financial Advisor with the Grandview Capital Group at Morgan Stanley. For your investment needs, call Bob Manning. He's available today at 309-671-4653. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC, member SIPC. Here's Terry.
Firefighters were busy over the weekend in Washington, Illinois, dealing with 2 major fires. The most serious took place yesterday morning at an 8-unit apartment building near the intersection of School and Grant Streets. 3 people were injured and hospitalized. There are reports some of the residents were rescued by neighbors from second-story windows. The building was deemed a complete loss. The other Washington blaze happened Saturday night at the Chapters of Living, a retirement community on Newcastle Road. 40 residents were safely evacuated. Multiple fire departments assisted in putting down the flames. Officials said the blaze started outside the building and quickly spread to the 3-story structure. No injuries reported and no estimate on total damage. However, temporary housing for residents was necessary. Tazewell County Coroner Charles Hanley reports 1 person is dead after the collision of a motorcycle and a vehicle on Route 9 in Mackinac Township Saturday night. It happened around 6:30. No other details have been released. There's no joy for fans of stock car racing in Peoria. The owner of the Peoria Speedway on Farmington Road told racing fans Saturday night the track was closing. Brandon Dean has been the promoter of the Saturday night races for 13 years and is giving it up. The last racing event, Dirt Car Summer Nationals, is Thursday, June 11th. The Peoria Speedway dates back to the Mount Holly Speedway that was located in Pioneer Park. The track opened in 1948, first as a midget speedway and then changed to stock cars. Many of us remember such racing heroes as Les Snow and Herb Shannon, Don Bolander, and the Stoobies. Gone, but not forgotten. Many of us would like to see those left-wing rioters gone from New York, New Jersey. The large crowd of rioters have turned to violence not only against police and ICE agents, but also against the horses used by officers on patrol. The rioters have thrown bricks and 2x4s to try and injure the animals. Around 61 have been arrested, including one person who bit the arm of an officer, and another who said he was going to kill an agent and his family. In world news, President Trump is still reviewing options as efforts to achieve peace remain difficult. Conditions in this country and Iran's delaying tactics are obviously issues the president is considering. Many war hawks want Trump to resume the war until there's a regime change, while others want the Strait of Hormuz opened so prices will come down. The biggest demand is to eliminate Iran's ability to have a nuclear weapon. The president had tough words for Democrat federal judge Richard Leon, who ordered that all construction on the proposed ballroom at the White House be halted. Trump said the roof of the ballroom would include a defense drone base to protect presidents today and in the future. He said Judge Leon would be held responsible if there's an attack on the White House due to his politically motivated federal ruling. One of our favorite singers, Frankie Valli, has announced he's quitting the rest of his farewell tour. The 92-year-old singer says he needs to recover from some health problems, but he did not specify what they were. Some of his biggest hits were I Can't Take My Eyes Off of You, Sherry, Walk Like a Man, Ragdoll, December 1963. Can you tell I liked Frankie Valli?
I think you
Yeah,
Very much so.
We're still trying to figure out whether he ever appeared at the Heart of Illinois Fair.
No.
No.
I already looked that up.
You looked up. He did
Yeah,
not. Okay.
but he did come to the Civic Center.
He did.
Yes.
A larger venue.
Yep.
Maybe. I don't know.
No,
for that
I
matter.
don't know how
Yeah.
you do that.
Anyway, that's a look at some of the stories we're following. Let's check out the weather this morning. You know, hard work produces results. That's why Realtor Kathy Reynolds of Home Smart is so successful. She's a hard worker. She gets results for her clients seeking to sell and or buy their next home. So if you're in the market and maybe thinking about it, don't hesitate to give Kathy Reynolds a phone call at 309-696-2162. That's 696-2162. Mostly sunny today, a high of 84, overnight low 57. Tomorrow sunny and 82. Wednesday back up to 84 under sunny skies. We'll get up to a warm 88 on Thursday. It'll be 87 on Friday. And a little note, and we're going to get verification from our live report meteorologist Kyle Varnold coming up in the next hour. Look for showers Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. And right now we're inching up. We've gained another 1 degree. 64 is the temperature. And there you have a look at the news and the weather at the bottom of the hour on Breakfast with Roger and Friends on WAZU FM 90.7 in Peoria, Illinois. You know, when you look at the entertainment venues available in the Peoria area, we do pretty good. And maybe that's one of the reasons why a place like Limelight went under and closed shop. The Scottish Rite Cathedral never did get off the ground. You went to one of the shows with the pianist?
The pianist, yeah.
Yeah, and that's closed up, and Kim Ripplemeyer, whatever
Lucky
Kim
Staff.
is, came to town with a bag of money and left with not only all the money gone, but the bag too, for that matter. I guess he went back to California. Nice guy. We interviewed him a couple of times on the program, and I guess either his ideas were too expensive or impractical. But anyway, the Scottish Rite Cathedral, he really spruced that up. Describe it. You went to that concert for our listeners. What's the inside look like?
It looks like a very fancy temple. I mean, it's got the arched windows and...
Were they colored windows?
I'm
like
trying to remember if they
windows?
were stained glass or not. I think they were. But, he revamped. They had comfortable seats, and they had... I was up on the second level, and they had little stations they were serving concessions.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a very neat, quaint place. I mean, it's not huge, but it's cozy. And they had, for the pianist, they had a big screen, and on the stage behind him, they had a camera, so you're watching him, but then on the screen, they concentrated on his fingers on the keyboard, and it was phenomenal.
That was fun. And the way you describe it and what took place, you think, why isn't it successful? Is it because the neighborhood is that intimidating? Because it's not a bad neighborhood, but it's a little spooky at night. But the parking lot, which is quite ample, I think,
yes,
is well lit.
It was very well lit, and it is. You don't have that far to walk from the parking lot to the doors. And of course, I was lucky enough; it was an afternoon deal, so we did get out before it got real dark in the evening. I would imagine you get anything past 9 o'clock, it could be dicey. But if you
But if you have security there,
you have security,
and it's well
presence.
lit and so forth. The pianist organist at our church, First Methodist in downtown Peoria, Dr. John Orff, who won a Grammy as part of an ensemble, and indicated the Grammy Awards. They present 64 awards, and that's a pretty good number. But
for the whole country?
yes.
I mean, or
Oh,
even
yeah.
beyond. Not very
agree.
many.
Well, the reason I say that is because they spend a night awarding the big names, the
True.
big ones.
Yeah.
Little do you realize they do a bunch of others prior to that. At any rate, we've been after him to hold a concert. I mean, this guy, when he plays the piano, he is a performer. He's not a pianist. He is a pianist and a performer. I mean, he gets into it, his body, his head, his eyes, his arms. I mean, when he plays the piano, when he plays the organ, and he would be an outstanding, we've told him, you need to put on a concert in Peoria, if not at the church in the sanctuary with the organ and the piano, but maybe in a setting like the Scottish Rite Cathedral. Does Kim still own the cathedral?
Well, I don't know.
I don't know. I thought, I know a group came in that was going to manage it, but I don't know if they took ownership of it or not.
Well, and it leads to the concern or the question, is the amphitheater on the riverfront going to be a success? It sounds wonderful, to tell you the truth, but is it going to be a success? And speaking of neighborhood, the location is virtually going to be under the Murray Baker Bridge, as I understand it. And I think it's one of those cases where the family, the Hinks family, has $10 million burning a hole in his pocket and wants to see something constructed that honors his late wife, Dee. And the city said, well, come on over here, and we'll take your money. And because they already have somewhat of an entertainment venue there at the Gateway building. But a band shell, an amphitheater, just sounds even more impressive.
It is, and I hope it works if they're really going to do it. And I think it'd be a draw.
Well, I think it would be.
You know what? It will also help? Two-way streets. Two-way streets. Have you seen the difference downtown? Oh my gosh! I saw 3 people walking down Jefferson the other day. I thought, we're back, and it's the two-way streets. I'm convinced.
You know, I will tell you, I still have not adjusted to it, and I'll tell you why.
Never will.
When I got out of church Sunday, I usually to go to Morton. I go down Hamilton from the church at Hamilton and Perry, and turn left on Madison, and then go to Fayette and turn right to Jefferson, and then go down the ramp. Well, I found out Sunday, which is the second week in a row I've done the same dumb thing, and sat there at Fayette and Jefferson waiting for the light to change. I saw people I saw 2 days ago beat me to the intersection by going down to Hamilton, turning left on Jefferson, which you couldn't do,
Never could do
for
before,
100 years, and now suddenly
They're
we
all
can
waving
do it.
at you when they go by, aren't they?
Say happy.
Don't you live in Morton?
Yeah. But I can't get used to the fact that you can go down and turn left at Jefferson, but only one block going north, because it stops.
It becomes one
at
way
Fayette.
again.
Then it becomes one way, yeah.
That part I have a hard time
So-
really understanding.
Yeah. So the 3 people that you mentioned were all driving cars on North Jefferson from Hamilton.
How many people do you think have been going the wrong way since this all started a couple weeks ago?
Well, it
Quite a
depends.
few.
It depends on what sin you're talking. Oh, you mean?
Oh, no, I'm talking about
not-
driving on.
I thought you were talking
a
about their
one-way
lives
street.
going the wrong way. At 15, I thought I was, but that's a good question. I can remember when we went to one-way streets, how many people turned on to North Jefferson to go north when it was one way, and how many people were to say you're going the wrong way. It doesn't take long for them to realize.
How
what it
long
is.
ago did they make them one way?
I thought they said 70. Wasn't it 70 years ago?
I don't know. It was long enough for me not to
in the 50s they
remember.
were
Yeah.
doing it.
And you know, and you're right, I'll pick up on your theme, it is amazing the motivation that going to one-way streets created, all the activity and the many stores that started propping up because we had one-way streets.
Well, I guess we didn't need that propping up anymore, or it changed back to two-way streets are propping them up.
Now, you watch all the stores that are going to open now.
Oh, I've seen them.
Have you?
Oh, it's just explosion of
Yeah.
activity downtown.
You know, the ingenuity of our city administration to come up with ideas. You remember the other great idea about parking?
Backing
Oh,
in,
backing in. I mean, that was so creative, and people were thrilled to come downtown Peoria because of the new parking system.
How confusing was that?
Oh, it was wonderful.
I mean, because there's nobody else that I know of anywhere that I've ever seen that. Maybe small communities would.
Well, I know
I don't
this.
know.
That system, I commend everybody in city administration over there, because it taught me. I realized then I wasn't worth a damn backing up.
Well, I think there's still, when I was downtown a couple of weeks ago, there is that block around City Hall that there's still are
Yeah.
angle parking.
Between-
But at least you don't have to back into
But
it
there,
now.
but yeah, I don't mind the angle parking.
Yeah, I don't
That
mind the
doesn't
angle,
bother
but
me,
when they were trying to
but
make you back into it, it's
That
like, are you
was-
nuts? First
when
of
you
all,
drive by it, and as soon as you drive by, that car behind you comes right up
Yeah.
behind you, and there's no way you can
Yeah.
back in anyway.
and you're,
Jesus comes out of the back of the
Yeah.
car and
Yeah.
scolds you.
Yeah.
and you're
and-
screwing up traffic longer by doing that than if you just pull in and then when you're backing out.
Just take it easy.
Yeah,
Everybody's
people
got
know-
cameras in their cars now.
That's right.
And the other thing the city has done that has been so beneficial is replace the signs that said North Adams with Northeast, because I was confused. I always thought when you went north on Adams it was north. I did not realize That is incorrect, and it was very important to spend money to put signs up saying northeast, you idiot.
Oh, wait till it says northeast and then valley
Yeah.
after
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Then you need to really start being concerned, Roger,
Yeah.
because
Well, I was concerned when I drove down Spring Street and there was a sign on Spring and Monroe that said, "Welcome to the North Valley."
no,
Yes,
no.
in a yard.
It's not true.
The residents have put up the signs, "Welcome to the North Valley."
No
Yeah.
way. Oh, well, no wonder they call it that.
And I wanted to stop and ask somebody on the street, "Could you tell me where the North Valley begins and where it ends?" And you know who started that? It was a newspaper. And I couldn't get anyone, first of all, to talk to me, but secondly,
no,
from
Roger,
Yeah.
that's the thing that drove me crazy about the Journal Star. When you would go there, it was like you were going into Fort Knox.
oh yeah,
They had
yeah.
all the big glass
Oh, and they
partitions
even
up,
had
and they had a little
police-
bitty thing,
and a little
and there's a
police
lady that's hiding under a desk, and she goes, "What do you want?
Yeah.
What do you want?" No, you can't come in here. This is a newspaper.
Yeah.
Well, do you want story or what? I mean, you told me to deliver stuff. Here, I'm going to pay my bill. Oh, well, come on in then.
You know, don't be too harsh on the receptionist. I got acquainted with the receptionist, a lovely,
I
lovely
knew her.
lady.
I knew one of them.
Really?
I knew one of them.
She
that
lives in
worked
West
there.
Peoria.
No, a different
No?
one.
Okay.
But I knew one of them,
Yeah.
so I teased her.
Yeah,
about it.
yeah. Yeah, and this lady couldn't have been nicer. She's a lovely lady. I think she's a regular listener to the show, and she was such a sweetheart. But you're right, and they had a security officer there
It was
as
like
well.
Fort Knox.
Yeah, and now you would love it if you could go up and see anybody. I don't think there's anybody there, and there's no reason to go up. I thought about getting a copy of the newspaper that had Dave Aminian wrote a wonderful story about my brother and his death, and I wanted to get extra copies. And the building is locked up tighter than, like you said, Fort Knox.
Yes, it always amazed me that they had more security than a bank.
Yeah, but I think it's because some people maybe said some things by mail or phone or whatever the case may be, and they were concerned about the safety of.
And good for them. I'm glad that they were.
Yeah.
I remember as a kid going down there. A friend of mine's dad worked at the Journal Star, and they got us down, and we could watch them running the presses.
Really? I
And
didn't
that
think
was so cool.
My understanding is the newspaper is actually printed in Galesburg
Yeah.
now. Is that true?
I don't
You
know.
know,
I don't
and
know.
actually, you probably don't know and don't care
No.
where it's printed because
I noticed that they're raising their rates again. I just got a notice
Are they really?
online. Yeah.
you do take the newspaper
Well, online.
online.
Yeah,
What's
because
that?
otherwise I can't do
No,
anything
no,
local
you're
on
right.
the sports.
What's it pay to go online? What's it cost a month?
24 something a month that
Oh,
it's
really?
going to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but you get all the online that you want.
Is that is that because of the cost of ink?
I don't know what it is, but that is to me. I don't know.
What do you think, since we have time for a lot of what do you think Peoria needs to do to reinvigorate its downtown? You know, when it comes to commerce, they still have the Caterpillar building that used to be the headquarters is still alive with employees.
It's still work. Yeah,
and
it's still full.
OSF St. Francis has taken over the Block and Cool or Shipper and Block and what was
We know
the
it as Carson.
Carson Perry Scott building, really remodeled and renovated that and so forth. But that's for business. What you want to try to do is develop it for retail business, like a shoe store or a clothing store or and maybe some restaurants. I don't know. Or you've got gyms. What else do you have in the way of? There are restaurants on the waterfront, are there not?
Yeah.
Or
What's the new
riverfront?
one that's down? I mean, they've got new restaurants, but a lot of them are popping up in the warehouse district
Yeah.
behind the
Like
baseball stadium.
Sugar and
Yes.
Time.
What's
Yeah.
what's the rather pricey one down on Washington Street, across from the museum? You know what I'm talking
Oh,
about?
I know what you're talking. The blue in or blue out.
No, there's a blue.
Blue
Oh,
duck.
they got the blue
Blue
duck.
duck.
But this is on Washington Street, not Water Street.
Oh,
And it is in the
Oh,
old,
really?
the bay downstairs would be like the parking lot used to be to the right. And it's downstairs in the OSF building, all the way down at the bottom.
oh, really?
Yeah.
There's a restaurant there?
Saffron. Is it Saffron?
I don't know.
No, that's Saffron and Son.
I don't get to go out and eat very often
Can you
anymore.
play the theme? I think it's Saffron.
Saffron and Son.
You are just bad.
I know.
Yeah, that was Sanford and Son. Yeah. All right, I'm going to ask my phone because your phone never lies.
No.
What is the restaurant downtown on Washington Street? We'll see. There's going to be a bunch of them come up.
Yeah, Blue Shadow Inn.
Saffron Social, $50 to $100.
You what?
It's
Oh, wow.
$50 to $100 rate. Then they got Time, which is just up the street. It's
Right.
a little less. See, Dave Poles just texted me, Saffron Social. That's because he goes there twice a week.
Well, he's loaded.
Yeah, but drinking doesn't matter to him. Oh, you meant with financially? Well, of course,
Financially,
yeah.
yeah.
He lives on one of those big homes on Sheridan Road, out across
Yes,
from the golf course.
But
Yes.
look at my big news last week. My friend and I went to the Cracker Barrel there in Morton after the
Yeah, and did you get a beer?
We had a glass of wine,
There you go.
and it was so fun. We actually got carded, and we're like, really?
Oh, that's
You got
nice.
carded?
We got
No,
carded,
okay, Roger.
Wow.
and it was like, thank
Don't
you.
make it seem like that's a surprise.
You got carded.
You got carded?
Yeah, she was. She said they've been cracking down, so we all got carded. And like, thank you. But it was so funny because then, when I got home, I had texted Jim and I said, "Oh, we went to Cracker Barrel after the concert and all that. So we got carded, made our day." So that was about 5:30. I think I sent him that. 9:30. All of a sudden, I get back. What the heck? Cracker Barrel doesn't serve booze. It took me 4 hours.
to get the,
And he goes, I was laying in bed trying to fall asleep, and all of a sudden it popped in my head, Cracker Barrel. They don't. And I said, yes, they do. It says 2021. I looked it up.
Yeah.
And you found out here, didn't you, at the radio? Yeah, I thought we talked about that here on the radio last week, maybe.
Well, because I
you
brought it
found
up.
out about it, yeah.
Yeah. And so we asked our waitress, and I said, you didn't used to sell that. And she goes, well, we have since I've been here, and I've been here like 3 months. And I said, well, last time I was here was 2018, and I'm pretty darn sure they just serve alcohol because I would have had a Bloody Mary if they did.
Well, I tell you what made that all work over there for Cracker Barrel. They decided to do the drinks because they were on a two-way street.
Is that what did it?
Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
And you can go either
No
way to get
kidding.
there. It was
That's
because they were on
interesting.
two-way
Well,
street.
there you go.
It proves the city's point, right?
Yeah,
There you
the
go.
city said, maybe we'll get more people to come down.
Yeah.
They also
I
lost
like
Ruby,
it.
they lost Ruby Tuesdays, so that might have something to do with
People coming down in ambulances and wreckers will be down there. All kinds of things to tow the wrecked cars away when they get in accidents going the wrong way on the two-way street. Holy moly.
Holy mo- You know, it does raise another retail question. Do you think if Ruby Tuesday had been Ruby Fridays, they would have been more successful? I mean, a lot of people
No,
don't.
because
don't.
no TGI Fridays didn't make it.
Fridays fell apart.
Right.
Well,
So,
that's
yes.
right. So that maybe they're choosing the wrong days.
Maybe that's it, yeah.
Yeah, I think, honestly, I'm not against the two-way streets downtown. I
Mm-hmm.
could care less, but the hype behind it was, and maybe the hype was
Mm-hmm.
to get people used to coming down and seeing it before they get
Oh,
there.
You know, it used to be, honey, let's go for a walk. But since they changed, let's go downtown and watch the two-way traffic. What do you think, honey? Well, yeah, we haven't been downtown in several years, honey.
And they make you walk in the direction that the traffic goes on which side of the street you're on. Is that true?
Ooh.
So you can only walk, with the northbound traffic, you can only walk with the traffic on that side of the street, but the other side, is that true? You only
I
have
thought
to-
they encouraged you to walk against traffic so you can see what's coming at
Aha, so that's a good point.
Yeah.
Mm.
Did you say you thought that?
I don't know. You had to walk. You had to walk the same direction that the streets were going. But if you did that, you're right. You're supposed to walk against traffic. You're supposed to walk like a man, is what you're supposed to do. Really show, walk like a man.
But against the traffic.
Yes, and what are they going to do now with the newspaper stands on the corners? Now that you can stop from either direction.
Yeah, I think
There's
so.
so many things.
Yeah, so many things you have to keep into perspective.
Well, I know it's important to walk like a man. And we concluded he did not walk like a man.
He walked like a man. He just didn't walk like a man to the Peoria Heart of Illinois Fair. He walked to the Civic Center. And he's not very tall either.
No, he isn't.
You're a little fella.
Well, it depends on your terminology.
Yeah.
How many probably about 5'7", 5'8"?
Maybe.
Okay. You think he drove midget cars at the Speedway? Or was he?
Roger, you're not politically correct
Oh, I
right there,
know that.
buddy. You know.
All right. Well, let's do the news.
It's small cars.
All right, let's take a check. Where are we? We're going to give the...
We're in trouble. is
Yeah,
what
yes, we are. Yeah. Let's give the weather brought to you this morning by Advanced Medical Transport, the premier provider of emergency and scheduled ambulance service in central, western, and eastern Illinois. You know, there are more than 500 AMT employees, men and women, dedicated to offering and providing the best in health care. Saving lives is what they do. Wonderful organization and wonderful group of people that work there. Weather-wise, speaking of wonderful, beautiful day today, mostly sunny, a high of 84, overnight low 57. Tomorrow, sunny, 82. Wednesday, we're up to 84. What was that, Roger? Wednesday. And we'll get up to 88 on Thursday, 87 on Friday, and we hope to hear during this hour whether or not the forecast for showers Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday will take place when we talk with a live report. And he's about as live as you can get, Kyle Varnold. Yes.
Yeah, so when we talked to Kyle, remind me, I want to ask him, it rained at our house.
Yes, it did.
Quite a bit.
We did.
Yeah, me too.
It rained at my house and over in Tremont, but wasn't a lot of rain. We need
got
more.
a good heavy
You did.
downpour for a good 20 minutes.
How's your corn look?
It's tasty.
Yeah, okay.
And then I'm going to the podiatrist anyway. So it'll be
Okay,
fine.
that will help.
Yeah.
And what are we? I think we're up to 65 degrees currently.
Nice.
And that's a check with our live weather report. Now let's get into the news. And the news brought to you by Sam Lilly and Associates, providing a comprehensive range of insurance products, including personal auto, home, life, and medical coverage. Sam specializes in Medicare plans and options. That's something Sam has been doing during his, get this, 40 years in the business. He knows insurance, and he'll be happy to answer any questions you have. You can reach Sam Lilly today at 309-245-5444. 888-288-4374. We haven't heard from Sam in quite some time, so we need to get a hold of him. And we'll see what we can do. In the meantime, Terry has our lead story. Terry?
Firefighters were busy over the weekend in Washington, Illinois, dealing with 2 major fires. The most serious took place yesterday morning at an 8-unit apartment building near the intersection of School and Grant Streets. 3 people were injured and hospitalized. There are reports some of the residents were rescued by neighbors from second-story windows. The building was deemed a complete loss.
The other Washington blaze happened Saturday night at the Chapters of Living. That's a retirement community on Newcastle Road in Washington. Some 40 residents safely evacuated. Multiple fire departments assisted in putting down the flames. Officials said the blaze started outside the building, quickly spread to the 3-story structure. No injuries reported, no estimate on total damage. However, temporary housing for residents necessary. And we'll take time to spotlight the work and the thinking of an 18-year-old recent graduate from Washington High School, Logan McEnany. He ran into the building and alerted some of the residents, hey, the place is on fire.
Yeah.
Get out. And Logan, congratulations. You are a real hero.
Maybe we'll
and he
get him
put
on
his
the
life
radio
at,
sometime and talk
yeah,
to him about it.
yeah, we'll try that. Good
be great.
thinking on your part. In other news, Terry,
Peoria firefighters were called yesterday morning to put out a garage fire in the 700 block of West Thrush Street. The fire did about $20,000 damage. Cause not yet determined.
Tazewell County Coroner Charles Hanley reports 1 person dead after the collision of a motorcycle and a vehicle on Route 9 in Mackinac Township. It happened Saturday night around 6:30. No other details have been released, although coroner said he will conduct an autopsy today.
There's no joy for fans of stock car racing in Peoria. The owner of the Prairie Speedway on Farmington Road told racing fans Saturday night the track was closing. Brandon Dean has been the promoter of the Saturday night races for 13 years and is giving it up. The last racing event, Dirt Car Summer Nationals, is Thursday, June 11th. The Peoria Speedway dates back to the Mount Holly Speedway that was located in Pioneer Park. The track opened in 1948, first as a midget speedway and then changed to stock cars. Many of us remember such racing heroes as Les Snow and Herb Shannon, Don Bolander, and the Stoobies. Gone, but not forgotten.
And many of us would like to see those left-wing nutcases called rioters gone from Newark, New Jersey. The crowd of rioters have turned to violence, not only against police and ICE agents, but also against the horses used by officers on patrol. The rioters have thrown bricks and 2x4 pieces of lumber to try and injure the animals. Around 61 rioters have been arrested, including 1 person who bit the arm of an officer, and probably in a rage of distemper. So they probably had to give the rider, and maybe need to pull his teeth. Anyway, they've been arrested, including, as we say, that 1 guy who bit the officer, and another who said he was going to kill the agent and his family. And that guy ought to be thrown in jail and throw the key away.
Put him down.
Yeah.
Put him down. In world news, President Trump is still reviewing options as efforts to achieve peace remain difficult. Conditions in this country and Iran's delaying tactics are obviously issues the president is considering. Many war hawks want Trump to resume the war until there's a regime change, while others want the Strait of Hormuz open so prices will come down. The biggest demand is to eliminate Iran's ability to have a nuclear weapon.
In a major development, the president of Iran has resigned. Mossad Pezeshkian submitted his letter of resignation, saying he no longer had the ability to have his name pronounced correctly to provide leadership to the embattled country. I avoided it, and I thought, no, I'm going to give it a shot. Mossad, I have no problem. The Pezeshkian, that sounds better, doesn't it? Pezeshkian.
Yeah.
Pigskin. The bad news is more radicals have allegedly seized control, making it difficult to achieve a peace agreement.
I didn't realize Iran had a president. I thought the Shah or whatever he was the
mullah.
The mullah is the head honcho.
Got a lot of moolah.
They need to do a mulligan.
Call a mulligan.
Yeah, that's a golfing term.
Yeah, it
Anyway,
was.
that's a look at some of the news we're following, including the name of the president who resigned, Mossad,
Pigskin.
Ashkinian. Yes. And now, standing by, stay steady. And John, sports. And we had a lot of high school results, and I think that's great.
I have high school results primarily because it's the end of the high school season for most sports, or maybe we'll get a little bit more in next week. We'll see, but I think this is pretty much rounds it out. The Metamora Redbirds achieved a historic milestone on Saturday by delivering the most outstanding track and field performance in school's history. The team demonstrated exceptional skill in their first ever track and field state champion, and they are the Class 2A boys state track and field champs, so congratulations to them. Patrick Peterson experienced a little disappointment after narrowly missing a state title in the shot put competition on Saturday at Eastern Illinois University. However, he'll have plenty of time to make that up. He's only a sophomore. He channeled that frustration into his performance in the discus event. The sophomore from Dunlap High School achieved a remarkable throw of 201 feet, 5 inches. Securing the IHSA 3A championship, he surpassed runner-up by nearly 10 feet, marking his discus throw as the longest in Illinois this season and the 15th best nationally. Malik Johnson, a senior track and field star from Peoria High School, took off from the board, literally took flight, and secured his title as state champion in the triple jump on Saturday at the IHSA Boys State Track and Field Finals. Washington Junior Ben Gorsuch delivered a stunning title run in the 3A 800. His time was the fastest time in Illinois this season and 17th fastest in the nation. Metamora's Wydon Cranford anchored the 4x200 relay title, state title, winning Metamora's 9th fastest time in the state this season. Trey Brickner of Peoria Christian rumbled and stumbled to a Class 1A state title in 300 hurdles. And finally, Morton rolled to the 4x400 state title. So a lot of wonderful runners at the state meet, many from Central Illinois. There are several that I didn't mention, but there are a lot there. Morton High School advanced to the super sectional round of the IHSA girls soccer state playoffs, while Notre Dame and Dunlap High Schools concluded their seasons following sectional title defeats on Friday. Morton triumphed over rival Dunlap in Class 2A, and meanwhile, Notre Dame's journey to Class 3A playoffs came to an end, marking their sole loss of the season. Oh. So they hadn't lost a game yet, but lost in the semifinals. In Major League Baseball yesterday, Cards win! That doesn't happen very often. Cards beat the Cubs 5-1 to take that series 2-1. White Sox over the Tigers 2-0. The Pirates beat the Twins 9-3. The Reds over the Braves 6-4. Brewers 2, the Astros 0. The Yankees and the A's put on a slugfest for the fans 13-8. The Yankees beat the A's, and the Dodgers beat the Phillies 9-1. Peoria Chiefs established an early advantage in a game with a remarkable performance, ultimately securing an 8-3 victory against Wisconsin on Saturday night there in Wisconsin. They also won on Friday night. The beatdown on that game, though, commenced with an impressive display as Jesus Baez launched his second leadoff home run of the series on the very first pitch of the game, stunning the audience, 4,800 people. Then just 2 pitches later, Jack Giertvik followed suit with, you heard me, Jack Giertvik, followed the suit with a powerful home run and deepest part of the ballpark, marking back-to-back home runs and extending their lead to 2-0. They did end up winning that game 8-3. Yesterday, not so lucky, the Timber Rattlers beat the Chiefs 5-3. The Chiefs return home on Tuesday at 6:35 to begin a 6-game homestand against Beloit. Well, the first game of the Stanley Cup Finals begins tomorrow night with the Hurricanes advancing and playing the Golden Knights at 7 p.m. on ABC, CBC, and TVAS, and LSMFT. Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. I think that's an old saying that is also a TV station. First game of the NBA Finals begins on Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m. between the Knicks and the Spurs. That can be seen on ABC. And finally, in sports, the man who's getting the first brain transplant may be having second thoughts about the procedure. He was asked in a recent interview if he was sure he wanted to go through with it, and he said, "I'm not changing my mind." And it's not too good to be true.
I just can't take my eyes off you this morning. You're just doing such a good job. Here's Frankie Avalon, 92 years
You're
young.
just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off you.
Great song.
You'd be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. At long last, love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off you.
We would need an update on the weather. Frankie Valley, I know you're 92. Would you sit down and take a little rest? Because we're going to talk to Mr. Weather, Kyle Varnold. Good morning, Kyle.
Good morning, Roger and friends. How are we this
It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful morning.
It's cloudy where I'm at. How are you in your windowless studio? It's beautiful, huh? That's nice.
I don't see a window.
Yeah, we don't have a window.
All right.
As you know.
That's what I'm saying. You say it's a beautiful day. It is a lovely day. Temperature-wise, I would appreciate seeing a bit more sunshine.
Is it
And I
cloudy?
can see that, but it is. It's very cloudy right now.
Oh, rats.
It was sunny
Oh,
this
beautiful
morning.
when we came in, nice and sunny.
Oh, it was sunny when you came in 3 hours ago.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
yes.
right.
My Lord, weather changes.
Yeah. Is it going to be cloudy the rest of the day, or is it going to clear?
No. The clouds are actually going to be thinning out, especially here after your program ends. So shame on me for saying it's cloudy. By the time you get out of the studio, it'll probably be sunny. But no, it's not likely. After 1 o'clock, I expect the clouds to start thinning out. And then a really great week ahead, especially as we start meteorological summer, which kicked off today, June 1st. Yeah. Meteorologists keep the seasons pretty simple. June 1st to September 1st, September 1st to December 1st, December 1st to March 1st, and March 1st to June 1st. And I won't repeat that.
So when does the vernal equinox begin? The 22nd?
Yeah, it's the June 20. It's actually not an equinox; it's solstice.
Oh, no,
Summer
that's right.
solstice
Vernal solstice. Okay.
Is yep. No, not vernal. There's no vern involved on
Well,
this.
there's no vern, just the solstice, summer solstice?
Just the solstice, summer solstice.
Yeah, I get those at Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
I bet you do. I bet you do. And you guys haven't touched on it yet, but a quick little news note. And I hate
Yes,
to say
please.
it as a Packers fan.
Please say it.
It pains me to say it, but Illinois politicians do what Illinois politicians do best, and they fumbled their chances at keeping the Bears in Illinois as they did not come to an agreement late last night. And now the Hammond, Indiana Bears look to be even more of a reality. Congratulations, Wolflake. Congratulations, the great state of Indiana. Shame on Illinois politicians who wait till the last minute and don't do anything for their taxpaying citizens, yet again, proving how terrible this great state is.
I have not seen that news, and it's never over, though, until it's over. So
Well, it's never over. You sound like J.B. Pritzker right now, so thanks, J.B.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
It was fighting words.
That's heading below the belt, you know. And I'm not wearing
At
a
least
cup.
you can see your belt. You can't even see it. So, there you
Yeah,
go.
when he gets
Enough
the shoes
podcasting.
shined, he has to take their word for it. Yeah, but do you really think they're going to move to Indiana? Seriously?
Yes. I've said this. Dr. Sidler disagrees. He thinks they're going to pull up some deal that's going to cost the taxpayers billions of dollars because
Gee,
the
I hope
McCaskies
so.
have they own the land to Arlington Park, but Virginia passed away. The kids just want to get rich. They already have to pay out the wazoo for their inheritance tax on their Bears that their wonderful grandmother's given them. And I don't see them staying in the state of Illinois. I really, truly think Mike Baum and I think he's still the governor. But I think Indiana gets the win. And it would be So Wolf Lake, honestly, is closer to Soldier Field than Arlington Heights is. So you will see the skyline, and it's no different than, you talked about this a couple weeks ago, it's no different than the New York Giants and the New York Jets playing in New Jersey. It's no different than where the Kansas City Chiefs are moving to Olathe, Kansas, much farther from Kansas City than Overland Park is. But that's where they, or not Overland Park, where do they play? Independence, Missouri. But yeah, that's just the thing. It's just, Indiana is far more fiscally sound, much better shape, and they can offer these incentives at no cost to their taxpayers. Whereas Illinois, the taxpayers would have to foot the bill, and the representatives couldn't come to an agreement. The Senate punted it to the House fumbled it. Hammond, Indiana Bears, here we go.
Wow. That's earth-shattering, to say the least. Can we
talk about it
can we go back to weather? There is
the National Weather at that. So
the National Weather Bureau is talking about some possible showers, maybe Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. Do you agree?
Yes.
Good.
Yes, I do, and thanks be to God for it. We need the rain, certainly.
Yes.
We did get a nice little shortwave show up yesterday morning.
Popcorn?
It only gave about... Yeah, oh, no, it wasn't popcorn. It was a shortwave.
Oh.
I'll teach you the difference someday over coffee.
Yeah, please do.
But, but no, it was a shortwave system. It provided some pretty decent morning rain Sunday morning as we're heading to church, or you're sitting on your porch watching the rain fall, the pitter-patter. About 0.2 to 0.3 of an inch is really all we got out of it, but we'll certainly take it because we're going to be dry till about Friday night. And then even so, Friday, and this is where I think we'll see more of a nocturnal event with thunderstorms, overnight thunderstorms, because we definitely feel like summer later this week. I think we'll be hitting close to 90, if not Thursday, definitely Friday into Saturday as we approach the weekend. And then with that, we'll have what you talked about, that diurnal heat-driven thunderstorms, popcorn thunderstorms. I believe they'll be more scattered in nature, of course, as popcorn thunderstorms are. They heat up during the afternoon instability, and they die out pretty quickly. But there will be energy present for popcorn thunderstorms to take place. Maybe a few might be on the strong side, possibly severe, with some hail and some strong winds. But popcorn thunderstorms is certainly going to be in our forecast Saturday, Sunday, and Monday as we head into our weekend, the first weekend of meteorological summer.
Well, hallelujah. Like you say, the farmers need it, our lawns need it, our gardens need it. We need some precipitation. So it looks like
Amen.
A pretty good chance.
Amen. Thanks be to God for it. And then, you're not going to like this, but next week, we're actually looking at the 90s and very humid.
Well, it's, after all, the Midwest. Speaking of hot times, what's going on in Washington? We've had now 3 bad fires in the community of Washington. That's kind of unusual.
It's crazy, actually. So we had the fire at the Charter Senior Living. Is it Charter or Chapter?
Chapters.
Chapters of Living. Thank you for knowing
Chapters
that.
of Living.
Chapter Senior Living. Yeah. Chapter Senior Living, right over by 5 Points, and they've just been dealt a bad hand because they had a water leak a little over a month ago.
Yes.
And that displaced the residents for some time, and now the fire, which could displace the residents for at least a couple months as the repairs continue, because they had the whole parking lot cordoned off yesterday, and then we had another fire. And an apartment complex, it's more of a low-income apartment complex. They're just south of Casey's on School Street between Washington Road and Beverly Manor School.
Yeah, wow.
And that building's a total loss. So the Washington Fire Department are certainly earning their keep. It is an interesting note where that fire happened because they just recently closed the Northern Tazewell Fire Protection District, which would have been far closer to that apartment residential complex building than the Washington Fire Department. So, maybe this is a sign of things to come, but the response time probably was a little bit more lengthy because they're coming from a greater distance to that location.
Are you suggesting that maybe the firemen at the North Tazewell Protection District? No, you wouldn't suggest that.
No, they're closed. There are no firemen at the Northern Tazewell Fire Protection District. They're closed up.
Yeah, that's right. I understand that. And
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you knew the story about the 18-year-old kid who alerted the residents there that
Yeah,
the place was on
Logan
fire.
McAmey.
Yeah. Do you happen to know the youngster?
No, I know the name though,
Oh,
and
good for him.
it's a testament. It's a testament to Washington youth, and I think youth of today. I think not disrespecting John or Teri, but I think a Dunlap youth probably would have done the same thing. Whereas the Peoria youth probably would have just walked by it.
Oh no, I think that's unfair.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I know you are. That's right.
But no, it's a testament to the kid saw something wrong. He knew, we all know where the old folks live, and he ran into the building and then helped out, offered to help, did what he could. I felt bad. I would have ran over, but it was past my bedtime, so
Yeah.
I slept through
Well, you slept
the fire.
through it,
And
You do need your beauty
slept right
sleep.
through it.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I do. I get up at 5 a.m. and run, sir. I got a St. Jude run,
That's
which
right.
is 2 months from today.
Yeah. From Springfield to Peoria?
From Springfield, yep, Springfield to Peoria, 72 point, or
I don't,
74.2 miles.
Kyle, again,
Yeah.
I compliment you for
you're
your
too kind.
loyalty to St. Jude and the running. You're no spring chicken, but the way you're staying in shape, you are. And it's
I just
amazing.
try to be.
How many hours would you say you actually were on the highway running from Springfield to Peoria?
On run day?
Pardon?
On run day yourself? Are you talking about run day itself?
No,
Yeah, we leave at 4 a.m. No, it's okay. We leave at 4 a.m. from the Abraham Lincoln Airport. We get into Peoria roughly about 3:30, 4 o'clock. I do about 3 or 4 legs in the morning, and in the afternoon I find myself picking up more legs because people drop out because they ran too much in the morning, and now they just want to rest and relax and eat snacks. So probably, and then the all runs, I would say in total that day, probably about 2.5, 3 hours actually on the pavement.
that's just amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What do you
Well,
eat?
it's
What do you,
like-
what do you
sorry,
eat to
sorry.
prepare? Where do you get your nutrition? What foods do you find helpful as you run so that you don't throw up?
Yeah, so we always have a run group get together at a place in Springfield called Gabatoni's. So we carb up essentially, and so really good pastas, pizzas, just great food. And it's kind of like a pre-run day get together. They've become like family. This
Yeah.
is my 11th year in Springfield.
Wow.
I'm kind of a veteran now, and we've all become family. And so St. Jude Run Day, I literally talk about. I kind of joke about it, but I'm sincere in it. It's one of my favorite holidays. I always look forward to it every year. I actually plan vacation around it now, whereas before I would try to plan vacation during St. Jude time because I'm not prepared. But can't make it. Got to the run or gotta go vacation. But no, I'm being facetious. I've never skipped out on St. Jude's, and I hope I never will until God takes me or my legs give out or my brain. Well, that's the thing. My lungs give out, one of the two. But no, I always look forward to it. And yeah, 2 months from today, we will be running into Peoria because we had. St. Jude's always had a great relationship with Peoria, and I hope that continues, regardless of what you hear in the news.
Amen to that. And God bless you for what you did, my friend. Congratulations
God
to
bless
you.
you. No, thank you.
You bet.
Oh, I did have one more note, because you always ask if there's anything else for the good of the order.
Okay.
So I saw on the news over the weekend these people throwing 2x4s and rocks at these horses.
Right.
And I really, truly think the greatest punishment they could get is take them across the river this Saturday to Saratoga and put them on the racetrack and let the horses out of the gate. I think you'll have the highest rated Belmont Stakes in the history of
Love it.
television.
Love it. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah. I agree. And I'd
Couldn't
like to
think of
take
a
a
greater-
2x4 and hit that guy in the mouth that said he was
I
going
just
to
like to
shoot
see Golden
the
Temple run them over,
agent and his family.
and they scream and they cry and they're It's almost like the old gladiator style. And this isn't very Christian of me, but I picture them like crawling, trying to get out of the stadium track, and the horses literally trampling over them. What great karma. God bless America.
Yes.
This is the best.
And
Must-see TV, my friends. Must-see TV.
yeah, you're right. All right, as usual, outstanding. You are live too. I want to point out.
I might have been live. I just got canceled by the PETA and then every other person. Like, that's horrible.
Well, no,
Oh, my
PETA
gosh.
ought to be there complaining, but of course
They should be.
They'd
They're not that political party.
They'd
so
like to end fishing
PETA's
and
not
hunting
showing
in
up
Oregon.
just like the Southern Poverty Law Center when it's not going their way for their group.
Yeah.
They really don't show up, or just like the ACLU. They're kind of all the same, really.
You know,
Anyway,
I love it when you give these very nonpartisan diatribes. I love it. I love every bit of
That's a
it.
fancy word.
Yeah.
That's a $3 word. I'm gonna have John look that one up.
All right. Well, have a great day, my friend. I appreciate it. God loves you, and so do we.
Enjoy the first day of summer, Kyle.
Happy meteorological summer. Enjoy it, my friends. The clouds are going to clear out because you will step out of the studio and be like, oh, it is cloudy. We've been reporting wrong all morning.
That's okay.
But that's
We're
the figure. We're in the studio.
appreciate
We'll work on the budget. I'll cut my health benefits to get you a window.
Thanks, Kyle.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye.
And I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off
I think Carly Simon sings it. I remember you. I probably did. I never know what the hell I'm saying sometimes. Give me a break, will you? And me and Frankie, I'm going to sing with my go on, brother. That's my life. Who wrote this song? That's another question. I think Jerry Daughters.
I thought it was Neil Sedaka.
Neil Sedaka. So you're looking up. While you look it up, let's do
news
our
opening.
finally news.
Sound like
That's all, folks. And it's brought to you by our friends at Advanced Medical Transport. You know, they provide emergency and ambulance services in central, western, and eastern Illinois. They're just wonderful people. 500 men and women. And what a great job they do. Offering and providing the best in healthcare. Saving lives is what they do, and they do a great job.
I saw that
as well.
when I was up in, we were on I-55 right near Bolingbrook, and I saw an AMT vehicle up there.
No kidding.
Yeah, I don't know whether they were transporting or whether they were just, whether that's part of their service area
Well,
now.
they work in central, western, and eastern Illinois, but apparently they don't like the South.
I guess not.
And yet that's not true because I believe they're now in Champaign providing coverage. They're everywhere.
Kind of like chicken.
We're everywhere. And now with our news headlines, here's Terry.
To answer your question,
What question did I ask?
who wrote this?
Oh, yeah, okay. Thanks.
It was in 1967 by Bob Crew and Bob Gardio.
Bob Crew? Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not.
Who is Bob Crew?
They were, having seen the show about the Four Seasons.
Oh, yeah, that's
They
right.
called them the Bobs.
Oh, really?
And Gardio was actually part of the Four Seasons. And
Oh,
then
he
Bo-
was at one time?
At one time, yes.
Who Bob was?
Bob Gardio was.
How about Bob Crew?
He was just the songwriter.
Oh,
a friend.
okay.
He didn't sing with
He
them.
didn't sing, but you don't know that.
Well, he says he was not part of the band. So, yeah, I do know that.
Okay. We don't have to get off me.
You
got
put me on the
upset
spot,
at
so
you,
I will.
Okay, now with the news, here's Huffy.
Yes,
Chamberlain.
on to the news. Firefighters were busy over the weekend in Washington, Illinois, dealing with two major fires. The most serious took place yesterday morning at an 8-unit apartment building near the intersection of School and Grant Streets. 3 people were injured and hospitalized. There are reports some of the residents were rescued by neighbors from second-story windows. The building was deemed a complete loss. The other Washington blaze happened Saturday night at the Chapters of Living, a retirement community on Newcastle Road. 40 residents were safely evacuated. Multiple fire departments assisted in putting down the flames. Officials said the blaze started outside the building and quickly spread to the 3-story structure. No injuries reported and no estimate on total damage. However, temporary housing for residents was necessary.
Newcastle, isn't it North Sandwich that has the name Castle? Those little tiny
White Castle.
Well, yeah, White Castle. Was that? But this is Newcastle.
This is Newcastle.
Okay.
A little different.
Yeah.
Tazewell County Coroner Charles Hanley reports one person is dead after the collision of a motorcycle and a vehicle on Route 9 in Mackinac Township, Saturday night around 6:30. No other details have been released. There's no joy for fans of stock car racing in Peoria. The owner of the Peoria Speedway on Farmington Road told racing fans Saturday night the track was closing. Brandon Dean has been the promoter of the Saturday night races for 13 years and is giving it up. The last racing event, Dirt Car Summer Nationals, is Thursday, June 11th. The Peoria Speedway dates back to the Mount Holly Speedway that was located in Pioneer Park. The track opened in 1948, first as a midget speedway, and then changed to stock cars. Many of us remember such racing heroes as Les Snow, Herb Shannon, Don Bolander, and the Stubies. Gone, but not forgotten.
They were great drivers. They used to boo Les Snow because Les Snow was a portly guy, and he won so many races, but he also had a tendency to hit the rear end to shove a racer ahead of him out of the way. I guess it was legal, but the fans would boo Les Snow, but he was a heck of a driver.
Many of us would like to see those left-wing rioters gone from Newark, New Jersey. The large crowd of rioters have turned to violence not only against police and ICE agents, but also against the horses used by officers on patrol. The rioters have thrown bricks and 2x4s to try and injure the animals. Around 61 have been arrested, including one person who bit the arm of an officer and another who said he was going to kill an agent and his family. I just cannot imagine what's going through these
Nasty people.
Very nasty. In world news, President Trump is still reviewing options as efforts to achieve peace remain difficult. Conditions in this country and Iran's delaying tactics are obviously issues the president is considering. Many war hawks want Trump to resume the war until there's a regime change, while others want the Strait of Hormuz open so prices will come down. The biggest demand is to eliminate Iran's ability to have a nuclear weapon. The president had tough words for Democrat federal judge Richard Leon, who ordered that all construction on the proposed ballroom at the White House be halted. Trump said the roof of the ballroom would include a defense drone base to protect presidents today and in the future. He said Judge Leon would be held responsible if there's an attack on the White House due to his politically motivated federal ruling. As we've been talking about this morning, one of our favorite singers, Frankie Valli, has announced he's quitting the rest of his farewell tour. The 92-year-old singer says he needs to recover from some health problems, but he didn't specify what they were. His biggest hit was Can't Take My Eyes Off of You, but there were others like Sherry, Walk Like a Man in December 1963.
Do they have a follow-up song, Walk Like a Woman?
I don't think so.
No. Okay.
Those are the headlines, Roger.
Yes, they are, and they're wonderful headlines at that, as we appreciate giving us up-to-date information about the news. Finding the right home care team, can be a challenge, but not if you choose Spoon River Home Health. That's a company founded by registered nurses more than 30 years ago. If you or someone you know is in need of loving care in the home, the staff of Spoon River stands ready to meet that need, and you can reach them for more information at 309-245-0723. Well, it's going to be a sunny day. Kyle was saying it's cloudy, but he did admit under harsh questioning by the panel that it was going to clear and be sunny. So I'm going to stick with it. And a high of 84. Overnight low 57. Tomorrow we'll see 82 under sunny skies. Wednesday we're up to 84. And Thursday 88. Friday 87. And he did verify. We said look for showers Friday night. We will look for them and find them Friday night. Yes. Saturday and Sunday. Right now it's 66 degrees. And we will get a road report. Well, I don't know if it's a real road. I don't. Yeah. Dick Hawley's on the line.
Yes.
Good morning, Richard.
Good morning.
Yeah. Is it sunny where you live in East Peoria?
I wouldn't know. I haven't been there all week.
Oh, where are you now?
I am sitting on Orland Street in Chicago by the Holiday Inn.
No kid couldn't get a room.
No.
What are you doing in Chicago, the Windy City?
Well, we're picking up at 4 hotels and taking them down to McCormick Place at the cancer convention on pharmaceuticals and different things.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just going around in circles.
Yeah, I can imagine. You know, I thought about you the other day when I was coming to Peoria early in the morning. There were 4 Peoria charter buses, wing, 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 after another. Were they going in the same place, the same direction, the same destination, or was that just a
Very likely.
point? Okay.
Very likely they were going to the same school or something.
Yeah.
I led a group of 6 buses out of there a couple of times in the last week and a half.
Wow. So things are alive and well at Peoria Charter, apparently.
Yeah.
Dick, I saw it. We were up in the Chicago suburbs this weekend and saw an orange Peoria Charter coach bus.
Orange?
I drove it up here.
You drove it? Was that you? Shoot, I wish I
when were you here?
Pardon me?
When were you here?
We were up there Friday.
What day?
Friday.
No, I drove it up Thursday and somebody else was driving it. They were doing the airport and suburbs to Champaign and back.
Wow.
Well, you get all over the place, don't you?
That's what my wife says as she cleans up.
Yeah. Does she ever go on a trip with you like that, or is that for a boat?
Well, she goes on the Bradley trips, and she's gone on some private trips.
Oh, good.
I was taking a group, high school group, the first leg to New Orleans, and I called up the Mother Superior at the school the day before and said, "You mind if my wife rides along?" And she said, "Oh, no, we're only going to about half fill up the bus. Bring her along."
That's terrific.
They've told me at work when I hired in that I could take her, but I had to clear it with groups.
Yeah. Hey, that's a good arrangement. By the way, how were the kids on a long trip like that?
Well, on that trip, I picked them up on the southeast side of by Brother Rice.
Yeah.
And took them down, and we got down to Effingham and pulled in for restaurants. One girl was getting off, said, "Where are we?" I said, "Effingham, Illinois." "We're still in Illinois?" I said, "Girl, you got 2.5, 3 more hours in Illinois."
Yeah. Take it or leave it, honey. Yeah, but overall, were they well behaved?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I almost never have a problem.
You know, the thing that I've noticed, and I've been on a couple of trips with Peoria Charter Coach, but the difference between those buses and what you're driving now is night and day. Describe the amenities that these new buses that cost a load and a half provide people who travel via Peoria Charter.
Well, they're basically the same as the old buses that we had
10 or 15 years ago. It's just that they're better quality.
Well, I was going to say, I've heard of the seats, the chairs, are much more comfortable.
Yeah. Well, those seats were worn out.
And so was I. So it was a good
And the
match.
problem is in these buses, the driver's seat wears out first.
Oh, it does.
Always somebody there.
It's used the
Isn't there?
most.
Yeah.
It's used the most.
Definitely.
Has anyone ever slipped in a whoopee cushion for the driver?
He comes with his own.
It sounded like it, but I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take your word for it there, Sparky. So you're in Chicago right now. I don't, you know, it's hard enough to drive in Chicago in a car. How in the world do you negotiate the tight turns in downtown Chicago?
Not hard. You just go out far enough you can carry your hind end.
Do you find
You're always looking.
Do you find police, if they're on the street, are they pretty cooperative with bus drivers?
Oh, yeah.
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 Well,
they're nice.
It's something you've been doing for how many years now, Dick?
Driving bus or driving for Peoria Charter?
Yes and yes.
Been driving a bus since '69. Peoria Charter about 11 or 12 years.
Yeah. What's the worst city you've ever driven in for traffic congestion?
Atlanta.
Yeah. That's
That was before they had done the bypass. But I was driving a semi then.
Well, I know, having not once but twice driven through Atlanta, it's a nightmare. And I'm sure it's even worse now, but I wouldn't. As a matter of fact, driving in California on the freeways, there is a challenge, but not like Atlanta. Atlanta is just a nightmare. Anything else you want to add to the good of the day this morning, my friend?
Good morning, Mama. I haven't called my wife yet.
Okay. Well, she's listening. I'm sure she says in return, drive careful and see you soon, honey. I mean, she's saying that, me, not me.
Okay,
Roger. Let's make that.
I saw you smile when he called. I didn't know that's what it
Let's make
meant.
this real quick, okay?
I'm staying up here.
Yeah. Good. Anyway, have a great day, my friend.
You guys as well.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
Dick.
Bye.
Take care.
Dick Hawley, super nice guy, and miles and miles. I know you have to leave as your usual. You and Dave are pretty religious about going to the courthouse, although you go on Sheridan Road now.
I do. Actually, that's our home base, but
What,
we
on
really
Sheridan
work pretty
Road?
much. Dave works out of Sheridan Road, yes.
Okay.
We don't have any existence in the courthouse any longer.
Right.
But I don't go in at all. The other Dave, there's three of us, two Daves and a John. And it sounds like
2 days in the St. John.
Well, it sounds like an ice cream store name, but
Yeah,
Dave and Buster's
What
or whatever.
was that joke that Royce used to tell about the guy that called the law office, and the guy answered the phone, Jones, and Jones, and he said, "Let me talk to Mr. Jones." He says, "He's on vacation." Well, how about Mr. Jones? No, he's in court today. How about Mr. Jones? No, he's in the hospital. How about Mr. Jones? Speaking. That's terrible, I know.
It is,
Yeah.
but that's okay.
That's
I've
the
done
best I
few
could
of
do
those
on a
as
Monday
well.
morning.
That's right.
Yeah.
So anyway, I mostly work out of. I have my materials at my house.
Oh, really?
Space-wise, they don't have. When they moved, we're a grant program for the adult literacy, and the compliance is done. Everything is done outside of the building, so there's no reason for us to be there. So yes, Dave is there more because he has special programs, and that like his things that he
The
does
spring
now. It used to be at the
celebration
courthouse,
Yeah.
but
Yes.
it's now down at the Riverfront Museum. So we have a class we're teaching today.
Really?
And so we're going to
And
be.
where do you teach that?
We're going to be at the Lakeview library. We've got
Okay.
3 or 4 people coming in that want to be volunteer tutors. So
You know,
we're
that's
gonna
great.
work with
So
them. And
you're training them.
Yeah.
How difficult is it to be a tutor?
have you ever been a parent?
Okay.
I know you have.
Mhm,
It's
yeah.
not much different.
I
You
have
just
a
have to.
desire.
You just have to have a
Yeah.
desire to want to help people.
And
And-
lots of patience.
Are these
and be
people who are typically retired?
Are you talking about the people who
Tutors,
are
the tutors, yeah.
Primarily, yes.
Yeah.
Our average age is probably. We do it every year for the grant, and last year our average age was 64.
Oh.
And we had a 97-year-old man that was tutoring over.
Oh, you're kidding.
Over in Germantown Hills.
Good
So,
for him.
Yeah, he was a
I'm going
character
to.
too.
Well, that's interesting. I'm going to guess he is a retiree from Caterpillar.
You know what? No, he's a professor.
Really?
Yeah.
Good for him.
We had to tell him, put out your pipe.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. But no.
So what'd you do? Say pipe down?
Pipe down, buddy. Pipe down. No, you don't say
I
that to
thought that was
somebody
pretty-
that
that's-
is
who's a
older than me
volunteer,
and
yeah. Mm-hmm.
who's volunteering. Yes, and that's one of the things that we've been blessed to have a lot of volunteers.
So essentially, are you teaching them through the GED program? Is that it?
No,
Or is
just
it
the opposite. We have the program that takes them from what we would call in school kindergarten
Yes.
all the way up to level 8, and then after that they move on to like Hetty Elliott's program.
Oh, no kidding. Yeah.
And we can prepare them for that, but we can't go past the 8th grade level as far as the teaching.
You actually have people who did not go to grade school. Is that what you're saying?
I have a person that I assessed the other day that was never in school.
Never.
Never in school. Never.
I would
And,
think in today's society that would be impossible.
And he was 35 years old. He'd
Hmm.
never been in school. There are a lot of older people who haven't been
Do
in
you
school.
dwell into or delve into why they were never in school?
I
Is it
ask all those
because of?
questions.
Okay.
Yeah, I do.
Would be fascinating. I know we certainly would not mention their names,
No,
but
no.
a home environment, family,
Home environment
lacking, and
is
so
usually
forth.
it.
Yeah.
You know,
And it's
moving
hard to
all
believe.
the time, moving from home to home because they don't have rent to pay, and living out of cars. This young man, his dad just said, "You're not smart enough to go to school," so he didn't go to school.
Wow.
How's that? How would you like to
That,
be
that
way?
man, the father, should be beat by,
And
should be horse whipped by a real horse.
The major, when this program started in 1983, I obviously was not a part of it, and I came on 12 years ago. And the program was primarily, I'd say 80% basic literacy and 20% English language learners. And English, ELL, ESL, they are people who, English isn't their native language. So they've come here, either migrated here or they're here because they have a spouse that works at Caterpillar, and so they tag along from Japan or from Cambodia or wherever the case may be, you name it. And now it's the opposite. About 80% of our people are non-English speaking people, and the rest are basic literacy. So
That's wonderful what you do. That's great, John.
we have a good time doing it.
I have to make a confession. This morning, for a long time, I thought something was wrong with my eyes because I kept seeing spots. And then I realized it's because of the shirt he's wearing's got spots.
Those are golf balls.
And I thought it was me. No, I call them spots.
Yeah.
You call them what you want.
Yeah,
but I kept seeing spots. But when I look at Terry, I didn't see him. I thought, is the left side of my brain all screwed up? And it is,
Yeah.
but it has nothing to do with your
the
shirt.
spots.
Yeah,
No, so-
exactly. That's a neat shirt. So it is.
It's literally a golf shirt for a guy who doesn't golf.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to call you a goofball, but
Well, definitely. Listen,
golf ball.
been called a lot worse.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot worse. You can't
Yeah.
say on the
Well,
air.
thanks for sticking around.
Hey, no problem.
Appreciate it.
Get
God
that
bless
out,
you.
so-
Have a great day. In the meantime, we're going to learn about fleas this morning.
Please.
Yes. And just what I want to hear.
Today's Pet Tip is brought to you by Peoria Pet Crematory of Peoria and Lewiston, providing final care for family pets, large and small, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Their phone number is 713-1898. That's 713-1898. More information is available at peoriapetcrematory.com.
Pet lovers are dedicated to their animals, all species from horses to turtles and of course cats and dogs. If you are a pet lover, learn these little known, somewhat amazing facts about your pet. Do you think that most flea and tick treatments are pretty much the same? Have you ever used a product for dogs on a cat or vice versa? Do you think that what you can get in the pet or farm store is probably just as good, only cheaper than what the vet can offer? I hope you answered no to these questions. The very sad truth is that even when caring for our pets, the old saying, "You get what you pay for," is very true. People try to get by with cheaper solutions that end up costing more in emergency vet care. There are some products on the market today which are known to cause toxic poisoning or central nervous damage among cats, leading to death. Is chancing death worth the savings to you? My vet informs me that too many people have been doing this lately. They buy a cheap, over-the-counter product that results in intensive vet care, often still ending in painful death and loss. Now I ask you, how much did you save by not using the better, safer product that a vet can prescribe? The same is also true for dogs. You can't use a product made for cats on dogs. Some do not even prevent against all types of worms, yet the packaging is misleading and you think you are treating for fleas, ticks, and heartworms. Please consult your vet for safe, reliable flea and tick treatment. It's the compassionate, right action to take. This whisker of information has been made possible by a grant from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting in partnership with Spot, Saving Pets One at a Time, and KSVR Studios. Theme music by Stuardo Glasser and produced by Isla Bystrom-Williams.
Today's Pet Tip has been brought to you by Peoria Pet Crematory of Peoria and Lewiston, providing final care for family pets, large and small, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Their phone number is 713-1898. That's 713-1898. More information is available at peoriapetcrematory.com.
Well, there you have it, our pet tip of the day from Louis Linder and company, for that matter. Weather-wise, a gorgeous day today. It'll be mostly sunny with a high of 84. Tonight, 57, the overnight low, and tomorrow it'll be sunny and 82. Hey, we're up another degree, 67. We didn't get a chance to get to the this day in history, so you're in the limelight. 1980, June 1st, something began for the first time. What might it have been in this country? And I'll give you some clues if you want to ask a question or two. Terry?
Is it an ongoing celebration?
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't call it a celebration, but it is ongoing. That started for the first time, but I wouldn't call it a celebration.
Is it an observance then?
No.
Okay.
Now, I'll give you a clue. It had to do with broadcasting.
Oh, MTV started?
Well, you're in the right direction. Well, it's not MTV, but it was something in television.
Was it CNN?
CNN is correct. Started for the first time, launched to the unhappiness of many who don't like it because it's very partisan. It's the world's first 24-hour television news network. The network signed on at 6 p.m. Eastern Time from its headquarters in...
New York?
No.
Atlanta, Georgia.
No, that's correct. No, Roger, is correct. With a lead story about the assassination of civil rights leader Vernon Jordan. CNN began. And now you know the rest of the story. And there's some more details, but it had a great beginning, but doesn't do well so much anymore. Anyway, we're out of here. Have a great day, everybody. Remember, God loves you, and so do we. Bette Midler and the inimitable Barry Manilow. We're on a slow boat to China, and that's a very dangerous trip. Have a great day.
Walk to myself alone. Get you and keep you in my arms evermore. Leave all the others waiting on a faraway shore. Out on the briny where the moon's big and shiny, melting your heart of stone. I'm gonna get you on a slow boat to China, all to myself alone.
Bet, I didn't know you felt that way about me.
I don't. I need a piano player.
Ah, just like the old days.